Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Come with me and let's drink some beer. What's up, everybody? We are back for another Beer Flow show tonight. Thirsty Thursday. Get your beer ready. It's time to get our drink on, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's feeling good tonight. How you feeling, Todd? How you feeling, Eric?
Ready to drink some beer.
I was about to say the exact same thing, John.
Ready to get all fired up, you know what I'm saying? So,
It is Thursday.
Yeah, so what are you guys drinking tonight?
Go ahead, Todd.
I am drinking Rye on Rye Whiskey Barrel Aged Ale from Boulevard. Nice. 2018 vintage.
I've actually got that one in the cooler.
Comes in at, let's see. Comes in at 12%, 33 IBUs. Woo. So we're starting out small tonight. We're going to start out small tonight. Shows you how my week's going.
And what you got, Eric? What classic beer do you have?
I got the classic. I got a little bit of a headache, so hopefully this will put it away. I see Rod's laughing.
Or it'll make it worse.
Natural Light Saturdays, and this is the second one here. I already cracked open the first one, so we'll see if it gets rid of my headache.
The Natter Day, the new raspberry lemonade sweeping the nation. So
4.2 ABV and surprisingly 176 calories.
Are you gonna cuvee that with the A&W?
No,
I'd actually place that one above the Summer Shandy. That's how much I would go with that one there. But you know I can't stand Summer Shandy, so
and just one step above, just
it's a short step, but it's there.
just a notch.
Baby step, or a skip if you like. Trying to keep my microphone on here. Trying to pull up the chat because we don't have Joe, as you see. So
and where's our homies in the chat? I got it up. Nobody's here. Oh, no, Cody just popped in.
Sniper's down. I see 5 people watching, so welcome everyone. So that's where people are getting their beer ready, right? Because everybody wants to get their beer on. I know Cody's got something, I'm sure.
Him and his cousin.
Oh, cousin's in the house. What's up?
I don't know if he is or not.
Oh, okay. Cousin always brings the party when he's in. Yeah. I like the cousin stories. Cody said he's trying to coach for the first time. Going to brew my first competition beer tomorrow morning. Well, good luck, Cody. Good luck, brother. Pulling for you.
Kolsch? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Kolsch, yeah. First time he's ever had a Kolsch.
Any kind of flavor, Cody?
I've actually got a coffee Kolsch downstairs I haven't drank yet.
Ooh, coffee Kolsch?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I want Kolsch, baby. I get my Kolsch on different ways.
That's a good, especially summertime.
Yeah, and I'm going to drink this beer from Austria. Austria's finest beer. And it's got some Austrian words on there I can't really read, but one that I had picked up when I was at Jungle Gyms. I still got to do a review on this. So I got one left to do the review on, but there's something here for the show. Get that in, let it settle. Pour
thought you had a Genesee there.
Yeah, it's got that green color, right? So right there.
Well, even when you was pouring it, your fingers were covering up some of the letters, and it almost kind of looked like it said Guinness. Genesee on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is a pale lager from.
I was like, Ron's trying to fool somebody here. What's he doing?
Pale lager from Austria, 16.9 can. A lightweight beer for me tonight at 5.2 ABV. The baby beer.
I'll be passed out before you all get going.
Well, you're an alcoholic, so.
Well, yeah. not true. Alcoholics go to meetings.
Yeah, true. Alcoholics.
That is true, John.
I'm not a quitter.
I'm purely drunk. I don't got to go to class.
I'm not a quitter.
Oh, Cody says no cousin tomorrow for his birthday party. LMAO. That's going to be crazy. You should be getting some footage for your channel, Cody. Let's get the party going, brother. See how your cousin handles his birthday party.
That might not be rated for YouTube.
Yeah.
Might not. Might.
And then there's Ashley's in the house. Ashley Sexton Bruin. What's up, brother?
What's up, Ashley?
And for everybody else in the chat, Sexton and Cody both have channels if you want to check them out. And then mention earlier, but Eric's channel, Eric a Lions fan, you can check him out too. He'll be commenting, I'm sure. Any of the guys, you can hit the dots next to their name, and they'll take you to their channel. Todd, we're still working on.
Hey, I'm up to 12 subscribers now.
He got the average Joe plan, so he's building.
There you go. Yeah.
Got to get a solid foundation.
And if you're a hockey fan, St. Louis just scored, so they're up 1-0. Series tied 2-2. So in the second period, Cody, I told Ashley he was doing a Hefeweizen. The guy at the store gave me a deal on some WLP 300 White Labs yeast. That's pretty good. Get the Rajay deals. Get the Cody S deals now. So always nice when they give you a deal like that, I guess. He said the birthday party might be rough. Last full poem party landed me with a 2-day hangover. 2 days? 2 days?
For as young as you are in 2 days, man.
Yeah, you guys really got after him. And Ashley said, good luck on the Heffy. May the banana and clover flavored gods be with you. Look at that. Ashley getting poetic. What's going on there? So a nice, subtle, pale lager tonight. At some point, I'll have the review up. I'm down to like 61 in the backlog, which is down from last time we did the show.
Not many, though, is it?
Give me 3.
Chip away.
Just like the step, baby step.
That's right.
We're trying to work it back. Well, now I'm freed up again. I'm not traveling anywhere, so everything should be flowing through nicely so that no more really breaks. I can get caught up, and probably going to go to a video a day here over the next month or so just to get the reviews and stuff uploaded and out there. I'm still waiting for YouTube to give me my community tab. They haven't given that to me yet, so
Bitches.
Supposed to, yeah, right? You got one on your channel, right?
Yeah, I have a community tab, yeah.
How long did it take before they gave it to you?
A couple of weeks.
Oh, it took that long. Because in the line, they say it should be no longer than 7 days.
Yeah, whatever. It's got a couple of weeks.
So what does that entail?
Well, once you go ahead.
No,
you got it. You got it. You got one. I don't got one. So you go ahead and tell.
So, like, you can find the live stream on this. Excuse me. You can find the live stream on this. You can like do posts on there, like you can like on Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that, and ask your community questions and all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
It's kind of a, I want to say a hybrid between the videos and then like Facebook is kind of how I would put it, or some kind of social media site.
Gotcha.
And I think that's all you get. I don't think you get anything like a 10 or 100 or a million or anything like that. I think it's after this, it's done.
Yeah, I think it's like a 1,000 to get to that, and then like I'm eligible for super chat, but I can't do super chat until I get monetized. So still have to get the watch time for that to happen. But yeah, so slowly trying to build it back up. And then Ashley says, is Gosser a pale ale? I thought it was a year lager. Well, there's different versions of the Gosser. So the Gosser I'm having is the Gaffer Ein Strike beer, which I thought was a pale lager from what I saw there. It does have a little bit of a hoppiness to it, but there were some other ones there as well. Let me take a look here. So if you're thinking the green, I mean, it still could be a Euro lager from being out of Europe, I guess. I mean, technically, that's technically what you would call like a Heineken, but Heineken has a little bit of a bite from the hops as well. So,
what do you guys think of hoppy lagers? Do you like them, or is it something that you don't necessarily care for? Or?
I like them because I like the bitterness part of the aspect of it.
Yeah, they're okay. I don't mind them. I don't like them as much as an IPA, but I do,
Yeah.
I do like it an occasional hoppy lager.
Well, I think if you're more maybe not the adjunct lager, then having that like pale type lager or a hoppy type lager might be more favorable. Like if you're more of an ale person, because you get that bite from the hops.
Right.
And then let me see here. Jason Voorhees is in the house. Says pimps up, hose down. Throttle says light stream is that like Coors Light. Light stream. I'm not sure with the light stream.
Oh, probably because you're drinking the pale lager and I'm drinking a natural light Natter Days.
Oh,
That's probably where he's getting at.
Which you're all still combined isn't more than mine in ABV, just by the way.
Cody says he loves hoppy lagers for a session beer. And more specifically, I've been really drinking dry hop pilsners lately, as he said. So
I still stick to my Miller Lite, brothers.
you do your adjunct dance for sure.
Yeah.
But they're doing more things now with the pilsners to try to get them a little bit more of a bite. They're doing more things, making more lagers, trying to get some of that crowd too at some of the craft breweries. So a lot of different things shuffling around right now. But, it's an all right beer. It's got that lager feel. It's got that hop feel to it. So, and the warmer the weather, the better that actually is. So, it's like, if it was a hot day, you were cutting grass or something, that wouldn't be a bad one to have at the end.
So is that one you want to drink super cold?
Yeah. Usually finish this out pretty cold. So
yeah.
It's not going to get as much better as it warms.
No. I was just wondering. Obviously with your adjuncts, you gotta drink them cold. But
unless you're PA Brew News.
well, yeah. It doesn't count. He drinks everything at 4,000 degrees.
I need to put it in the pot and cook it up a little bit.
There you go.
Yeah. Spin in the slow cooker.
Aromatics out of it. Gotta get some of the aromatics.
Put some heat on it.
It's been in the slow cooker all day, just ready for me to drink when I get home.
Oh, Cody. He says to Eric, him and his uncle agree that Miller Lite is better than High Life. My other uncle thought we were crazy. I'm going to say High Life is better than Miller Lite.
I'm going to say High Life is a little better too.
Yeah. So, Cody, you just may be a little crazy.
Now, don't get me wrong. I love me some Miller Lite. Don't get me wrong. But I like me some High Life too.
I might have to go with Cody on that one. I think I like Miller Lite better than the High Life.
It's less filling and it tastes great.
The High Life is the champagne.
I was gonna say it's a champagne of beer, so it is hard to compete with.
Champagne is like the trump card in the deck. I'm the champagne. You can't beat that, son.
I want to know before we get in. I want to know where 420's been.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten on here yet. So he's going to Vegas. So for him, it's like good. 6:28. So he might be just headed to the house still or eating dinner.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah,
I'm sure he'll get in. I'm sure he'll be on there at some point. And Alan's Beer and Game. And welcome, Alan. Good to see you, my friend. Cheers, brother. And if you guys haven't checked out Alan's channel, make sure you hit him up as well. Those 3 dots next to his name. He does, as it says, beer, and he does gaming. Which reminds me, what gaming are you doing now on your channel, Alan, by the way? I got pissed off at gaming the other night. It's like, you spend this money to get a PS4 that you got, and I wanted to go in. I had some downtime. I went to unwind after I came back from Dallas this weekend, went to play a game. Oh, got to do an update. All right, let me go to this game. Oh, got to do an update.
And it takes forever sometimes.
10 games to get I put in there had to all get update.
Wow.
So you know what? So it was like it was running updates, and the only thing I could play was what did I play tonight? I couldn't even play like World of Tanks or anything because that had to update, and the World of Warships had to update. It was like some game I haven't played forever. I tried to play even Marvel. The Marvel just fighting with the fighters that needed an update. Which one was it I ended up playing at night? It was like one of the ones I downloaded for free. Oh, it was what's the one? It was like version 3. I can't remember think of the name of the game now. Dead something, where the guy's like robbing people or working for the mafia, like in Cuba or something.
Dead Red Redemption.
No, not that one. It's kind of like Grand Theft Auto, but it's like
kind of like, is it Dead Silent or something like that, or
not Dead Silent? It was Dead something, I think. But it was like the 3rd version of that. But it was like I was just playing that game because it's the only one that would work. They didn't need an update. Dead Rising. I think it was Dead Rising. I think that was it. I don't know. Anyway, it was like not the game I wanted to play. It was pissing me off. Like, how do you pay for this? You can't get into the games you want to play at the time you want to play them. So I don't know if Xbox people go through that or not, but not to piss me off against PS4.
Probably. They probably do.
Yeah.
We need to figure out a game so we can play something.
Yeah, definitely. You should get that baseball game I told you before. That's pretty fun game. I suck at hitting on it still, but I know Red Beard plays it like crazy.
And I was going to say, is that the one he plays all the time?
Yeah, he was playing that one there. Alan said no, actually it wasn't Dead Rising. I think I know what Dead Rising is now. Let's see what it is real quick here.
Was it?
No, it wasn't MLB 19. It's something like it almost kind of looked like cartoon character-ish kind of players.
No, the baseball game was like Superstar Baseball 2 or something.
Yeah,
which is actually a pretty good game.
But MLB is probably the best sports game made.
MLB, yeah, but the thing is, you buy MLB, and after one season, they cut you off on stuff, and it's like,
yeah,
it sucks because then it's like, okay, now I can just play it either with friends or not play it. It was just I was way off. It was just Cause 3 is the game I was thinking of. So
it's close-ish.
Yeah. So well, I said it was kind of like Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. But like right now,
it's a bit outside.
I just pulled it up. And it just added another download. World of Tanks needed to get an install, so it's kind of every time I turn it on, like something needs to install on it. But Just Cause 3 is a pretty fun game. But Alan said he's doing Black Desert Online, Match to Gather, and Division 2 starting next Monday through Wednesday nights. I'll have to check that out. So if you like gaming, make sure you check out Alan's Beer and Gaming. And you get an echo, something come in there like Zoom.
Like Zulu.
And then Cody said, I like the hops and Miller Lite better. Come on, Cody. Come on. He says more flavor to me. That's the corn, son.
It is triple hops, so
Yeah. It's light on the hops. It's Miller Lite.
Craft Beer Pours is in the house.
Yeah, cheers, Brandon. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Shoot, Craft Beer Pours. He's on that list. Top 30 YouTube beer tubers. Check him out. He's like right above me there. All right, Ashley said, leaving for a bit. Have a great steam. Thank you, brother. We'll probably still be here when you get back if you want to jump back in. And then Alan said, all the consoles games are kind of going through that now. All sports titles are like Call of Duty, getting to be a yearly reskin with the microtransactions. Heck of a racket, yeah. Speaking of racket, Kentucky actually just changed their tax law. And now I got an email like on PlayStation saying as of July 1st, any of the games or services, they're going to basically tax online because of the Kentucky tax law, which sucks. So usually you don't pay taxes on anything like that, but good old Kentucky messing with the taxes. It's like nobody likes taxes. Taxes. It sucks that Joe's not here because one of the things I was going to talk about is they got actually a new brewery opening in Buffalo this month. I kind of find it kind of funny because the name is called Fatty Beer Company, which is kind of funny to me for some reason, but it's like, like to call the brewery Fatty, Because people put the weight on and stuff from beer. They're not like, watching what they're doing. But it's actually opening in downtown Buffalo at 5 Genesee Street. So I think that's right at the Genesee Brewery where they're going to be actually pretty much at. So I didn't know if Joe had heard about them or not. So if he watches the playback, maybe he'll comment on it about that new brewery opening there. But we're still seeing some breweries jump around. We just got a word that another one's opened up in Cincinnati in a few months as well.
Nice.
Yeah, I think we got a couple of new ones supposed to be opening up here in Louisville too as well.
Yeah, so it's getting kind of crazy right now with the different breweries we have coming in place. And then actually, we got the festival. We got our beer fest coming up here. Oh, how'd your beer fest go, Todd?
If I really remembered it out now, it was good. It was good. It was actually a good day. I mean, it was warm, but it wasn't like humid like we normally have, and nice breeze. Yeah, it was nice. It was a good time.
Yeah.
A good time. We always have fun at that one. You're going to have to come down for it sometime. Both of you, if you want. Joe, too, but I know he's a long ways away, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
I need to get down there more. Every time I go out, I do these type of things. Like I went to Dallas and went to the brewery there and shot the video over at Three Nations Brewing, which is a pretty good time, even though it was hot as hell in there because they didn't have the air conditioner yet. The new facility that they're going to have will have air conditioning, but they had all the hot fans and stuff going, but it was like kind of more blowing hot air than anything it seemed. But after you sat there for a bit, you kind of were broken into the heat. But it was a good time talking to some of the brewery guys and going through the stuff. And if I had my YouTube live back on my phone, I could have streamed it. But since I can't do that now because I don't have the watch time, and I tried different applications, but none will work right.
I think there ended up being over 300 different types of beer there.
That's a good turnout, yeah.
Ciders and meads, and then wine. They do wine also as well. So I think they ended up. I thought I saw they raised over $18,000 for the foundation that they donate to when they do it. It all goes to it all goes to charity. So it was good. Yeah, it was a nice turnout. It's grown every year, and I think last year he got like 17,000. So he boosted that up by maybe 1,500, and it could have been more than that. I don't know. That was just the last I heard. So,
was there any breweries that stood out for you that you really liked, or any beers that you had?
Oddly enough, they had a couple of beers there that was from Prairie, which was kind of odd because they don't have per se a actual brewery where they just brew. Well, I mean, I guess they do, but nothing around here is just all distribution. So I don't know if it was a distributor type booth or something that had it, but back to your original question, let's see.
You tried to do on tap for a while, so you couldn't
Sun King. No, I didn't even really put anything on Untapped because it's just hard to try to do it all and take it all in at the same time. But for here, Sun King does really amazing stuff when they go to breweries, and I'm like, where's this stuff at for distribution or stuff that you can buy when they do stuff at Beer Fest and stuff? It was the same way in back in February when I went to the one in Louisville. The Sun King was probably one of the better ones there by far, and it was kind of the same way, this past weekend.
Yeah.
So Sun King, out of Indianapolis, but yeah, I'd say they were probably one of the better ones. Let's see, your Founders had their KBS and
CBS,
Better Half or whatever, Other Half or whatever the fuck that beer is called.
It's called Dead to Me. That's what it's called. Dead
yeah. But that's a pretty good, that's a pretty good showing for a brewery, I guess, on a couple good beers. But yeah, I didn't really get in line, or I really didn't have to get in line for that one. But wasn't a lot of people at that booth, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. It was kind of interesting. But
did you have any long lines for any of the other ones, or
not really? It was they have it really spread out, so it's like on the riverfront in New Albany, Indiana, which is right on the river. So they have it on the riverfront, and there's like a big amphitheater there. So they have some booths up under the amphitheater, and it's just well put together where it's spaced out enough to where that you don't have the feel where you're waiting in line longer than just a handful of people. You might be.
Right.
And honestly, I'm not even sure what their special tappings were this time. I didn't even get to any of those, nor did I even hear what they were. So I was kind of with a buddy of mine that's never been to a beer fest type thing before, so I was kind of just walking around with him and kind of giving, kind of pointing him into different directions of beer types and whatnot. So
you were like, "This is how we do it, son."
Yeah.
Watch and learn.
He had a really good time, and he's just kind of starting in the craft. He's more of a bourbon guy himself, but he found a lot of stuff that he really liked, and I was like, yeah, get this one. You like it, you can buy it at the local liquor store that was putting the fest on. So I was trying to lead him towards stuff that he could actually get if he found something that he liked.
Right.
Also on some of the specialty stuff or, stuff that you're not going to get on a regular basis. But yeah, he really enjoyed it, so it was kind of good to see it. He had a good time. So
that's cool. That's awesome.
and of course we do. Shannon had a good time as she always does, especially if there's alcohol involved.
Now, did she find new beers she likes now since she started getting into craft beer a little bit?
It's funny that you said. I think she was drinking more of like ciders and wines while we were there. She had one of her good friends that was there too, so she kind of went off. We kind of was just kind of met up every once in a while, so I don't really know what all she was drinking.
Yeah.
So we kind of just did our own thing, and we're bumping each other every now and again, and that was about it, really.
Hey, you. All right, see you.
Yeah. I'll be over here. Okay, I'll be over here.
Oh, hey, I know you.
See ya. Yeah. When'd you get here?
Yeah,
and then they have as if you need it after a 4-hour beer event where you don't have any tickets or any stamps or anything. It's pretty much just free go for 4 hours. They have an after hour type party thing after that. I'm like you really need to go and drink more beer. But we did.
The after hour rave.
Yeah.
Coming around glow sticks.
Yeah. It was a good time. We had fun. And then Eric's PSA, we did take a lift home, so
good man.
Yeah, smart move. Don't get caught out there. And then Cody was saying he was trying his first Boston Lager, been trying to branch out of Michigan beers. One, if Joe was here, he said, well, Cody, that's on you because you're in Michigan. There's no need to branch out from Michigan. But no, so he said it was pretty, Alan said pretty decent for the Boston Lager, more full flavor compared to a lot of the other mass market, which is true there. But what did you think of it, Cody? Did you like the Boston Lager, your first one? And the Drunken One's in the house. He says, cheers, gang. So welcome, Drunken One. And make sure you check him out, too. If you don't know Drunken One, check out his channel. And Drunken One, I was in your state, but I was up north, so I didn't let you know because I was up in Irving. So I know you're way down south, and I was just there for graduation. But able to get some beers from Texas to bring back and try. So looking good to try those at some point here. And then
So Rod, putting those beers in your suitcase, you didn't have any issues when you was traveling with them?
No, because you're able to check them. So the only concern I had was one that they exploded, whatever, but I had them in bags and stuff in case they did. But then, like one of the other video we had done, like Billy was saying, like because like pressurized was the only other concern I had at the time was with us being as high, could they hold up and not get pressurized in some type of way? But no, they were fine. So all 14 came back without issue.
Nice.
Yeah. So if I would have sent them back UPS when I did the pricing for it, even with the discount, it would have came out like $30 to do it for both boxes. To check your bag was $30. So I'm like, if it just all fits in the bag, I'm good to go. Because on the way down, I didn't check it. It was just like a bag I was going to try to do the overhead bin, which actually, if you go to the airport, you try to do the overhead bin, they say, well, it's too big. You have to put it beneath it. If you do it at the ticket counter, they just put a tag on it and they'll charge you for putting it under there. So if you ever want to get around the system, that's how you can kind of do it that way. And then, but then coming back, I said, well, I'll just go ahead and check it that way. And then it was good to go. But, even if I did it again, when I had a bag and I had an extra bag, because sometimes I'll go like first class like that, you'll get 2 bags. I just take a bag with me and have not to pay for it and just bring it back. It'll be worth it.
They wouldn't let you on there as a carry-on, though, would they, with all the beers in there?
Not as a carry-on. You have to check it.
Okay.
And the thing is, under the Department of Travel regulations, if it's under 25% alcohol, you're unlimited on how many you can do.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So the big thing is you want to keep it under 50 pounds to check it, though.
Right.
But you could have like a layered suitcase and have beers in there and just bring them back checked that way.
Yeah, that's good to know. I've never really realized you could do that until, you were talking about it a month or so ago.
Yeah. And that's the first time I had done it that way. Well, when I went to Jamaica and I came back, I put a couple of smaller bottles of rum that were like 2 half, whatever the the liter size usually is. Like, what do we use? Like 750 milliliters, like 2 halves, or together they've been like 1 750 or whatever. But I put a couple of those in my check bag with no problem. So, because I saw if it's alcohol and it's over 25%, you can do up to a liter domestically or whatever, or you're supposed to do that. So you're not, for selling it. Like if you were going to sell it, you just tell customers you're not going to sell it. That's all for you anyway. So, but yeah. So that works out nicely. Now, usually when I drive places, obviously you just put them in the back of your car. But flying was something different there. But an interesting thing would be I saw there's a train you can take cross country for like $230 cross country or something, which would be interesting if it may stops like a beer. So like if you were to go cross country on a train, and if it stopped at a place where you can pick up like different beer from across the country, that'd be something pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Be able to do that.
Yeah. Is
it like an Amtrak or something where it's like a...
Yeah, it's like an Amtrak passenger type train or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it takes like over like 4 days or so is how long it takes to get across the country. But it's like from the coast of, I don't know if it's Jersey or Maryland, where it's at, out to California, I believe, or Oregon, one of the states there.
They used to have a Amtrak one way, or not one way, but a red eye or whatever you want to call it, to Chicago years ago here, and I don't think it went over too well, so they just kind of did away with it. But you could go to like Chicago for like, I mean, it was hardly nothing. I want to say it was less than $100 one way, if it was even that much.
It's kind of funny how we like struggle with like train service in this country versus other countries. Like you look at Europe, like they always go everywhere, like on the train system with no problem, or Japan and their high speed train and some of the other areas. And it's like, someone's like, why would I want to go on a train type thing? But it could be kind of cool if we have more of a system where you can do some of that stuff, I guess. But I haven't been on the train since I was like a kid going from like New Jersey to DC.
I went from here to Chicago and back for $80
on a train.
Yeah,
did you enjoy it and everything?
Oh yeah. You sit relaxed. You can, you can actually bring beverages, adult beverages on the train, as long as you're not being, stupid and belligerent. They'll let you have it on there.
Shit, you couldn't pay for gas round trip for that cheap, hardly.
Yeah,
I know.
I tell you what, you don't want to go on, from what I've heard, though, even though it's cheap. Megabus. I've heard nightmares about the Megabus ride, because we have Megabus from Cincinnati that'll go to like Chicago and Columbus. I think it goes to Pittsburgh and some other areas out of here, different ports around the different country, I guess, that they go to. But yeah, we're not going to do the Megabus.
Must be owned by American Airlines.
I think they take off on time, but I don't know what the service is. But back, it's weird because back in the day, growing up, when I was a kid, like people were going Greyhound and stuff too, and if they couldn't afford to go on a plane, they would take Greyhound, and you wouldn't think anything about it. But now it's like you kind of, I don't say people look down to bus type things, they kind of do, and like bus is like that last resort type thing. But
so what was your thought? What was your thought of Total Wine? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you're fine. Yeah, so that was the first time I've ever been to a Total Wine, and it was all right. I mean, it was interesting. I mentioned going through. I thought like their beer selection was good, but I wasn't really willing to buy a lot of 4-packs of stuff or 6-packs. So their individual bottle selection wasn't as good as like what we have here at Jungle Gyms or Party Source or Party Town, where they're a little more broken out on how they do it on theirs. But they had a good selection of beers. Like if I was going in there and I wanted to get like some 6-packs and stuff, they definitely didn't leave you hanging on that.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that.
It was decent. I know some of the people that responded on the video were kind of used to going to it, and different parts of the country they have it there, so it's a big place for them.
Yeah. It's the same way here in Louisville, and then I went to one in Knoxville last time, a couple months ago when we were down there, which was only the second one I've ever been to, something different, but it was the exact same thing. So I was just kind of curious on your experience. And I've experienced the same thing that you had in your videos, where if you don't watch the dates on some of the cans, there could be some old ones sitting there.
Yeah, there was a couple I saw like 2017, and it weren't like, 2017 10% stout or anything like that. It was like, raspberry wheat ale or something. It's like, well, this isn't going to be good after this amount of time, but they were still on the shelf, and I don't know how much they rotate them out if they look at the dates as much, but I was taking my time looking at all the dates before I got stuff there. So,
and if it's 17, it's obviously they don't.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, or they don't care. They may know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't care.
It's not like it's it's not like it's a 6-year-old Brooklyn beer.
That guy definitely did not look at the dates.
What are you gonna say, Todd?
I was gonna say Total Wine does excel, and I don't know if it's all of them, but the one here for sure. Like if you're in, getting bourbons or vodkas or tequilas or something, their prices are usually way better than your local, liquor store or whatever.
Yeah. Well, with them having, I guess they're all over the country in different spots, but that definitely probably gives them more power as far as being able to stretch their margins and what they need to sell it for, what they have to do for their uptick. I mean, you look at how much it is to probably produce the alcohol, what they're buying on a wholesale price. What the smaller your store is, the less room you have to cover for your thing probably. So you're probably charging more than what some of the major chains are. If there is like a major chain like Total Wine where they have that opportunity.
Right.
But Party Source, where JO is at, they do pretty good in their prices, but it might be because they buy so much for the store too. That gives them a little bit of a power there. Cool thing about where he's at, they're actually employee owned, so all the employees have a stake in the company, which is kind of nice. And I think that brings a little bit of pride to the working there as well for those guys.
Yeah, I know a few of the liquor stores here locally. They'll kind of go in together and do like a buying buy together, so they get more discount, I guess, more buying power.
Yeah.
And kind of split it up amongst the three, or I assume they still do that.
It's a good way to do it if you have it. I mean, that's why, Walmart is as strong as they are in the store thing, because they have more buying power than your mom and pop shops who end up struggling because of the margins they have to cover. Let me see here. And I can get some of these comments. Cody did like the Boston Lager. Gilbert with his weekly Go Pack Go. Drunken One said he saw the unboxing. Nice haul. Thank you, brother. And Drunken One said hello to Alan and Eric. And Eric says, "Go Lions, one pride." What's the one pride? Is that the Lions logo?
That's their
slogan.
Their slogan.
Yeah. And then Cody said a beer train. A beer train could be an option at some point. Like if you're in California, they have wine trains that go through the wine valley. So a beer train tour wouldn't be anything out of the range of possibly doing something. I mean, if it was something like Michigan where you and Eric are, or like an Oregon or a Washington or a Cal, where the states where they have enough throughout the state, they probably could organize something like that.
We had something like that here last year for a riverboat, for a steamboat, Belle Louisville steamboat, which is like 100 and something years old. They did that one night last year. I didn't actually get a chance to go to it, but I heard it was pretty cool. I also heard it was overly crowded too. But
they just had a bunch of beers on there and people drank.
It was like almost kind of like a beer fest where they just had tables set up like at a beer fest. You paid your ticket. I think you got so many, you had so many samples or something. I think you could, with an option to buy more, but heard it was pretty neat, but it was also a lot of line because it was in such a confined space that you had to wait a long time for different, for your beers, whatever. But kind of a neat concept, I thought.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. But then you think a confined space on the river and people getting drunk.
Yeah.
you know how people can get when they have too much.
Man overboard.
Where do you go? I don't know. I mean, we were standing here. I don't know what happened to him. The guy's in the river. He threw me off the boat. No one can hear you down there, man. Tell the captain to pick it up. We're late.
We'll get you on the way back. It'll be okay.
Gilbert said the Pride is going to send beer, son. So you guys made a bet for this football season?
Yeah, but I think Gilbert, Green Bay's in last place, brother.
Wow, the Lions over the Packers.
I think Eric said they were. You was gonna say they won the division, didn't you?
I got them winning the division. Yeah.
Could it be a Lions-Browns Super Bowl this year?
No, it's not bad. I go that far.
The world is not coming to an end, Rod. Come on.
At least not yet. Not yet.
I don't know. I've seen signs out there.
Well, yeah. With the 4,000 straight days of rain, for sure.
There's been a few times when people have said, well, that's never happened.
I'm not going that far.
Never say never. Where's your love, Eric? Come on. And then Alice had never been on a train, but Greyhound sucks with a capital S. Yeah, it's I haven't been on Greyhound since probably college. But yeah, I mean, it was not always a fun one to go to. Although sometimes you would get in some areas, depending on where you were going to, where they would make the stops and make some cool little towns or something. But yeah, would not want to be on that. Eastwind's in the house. Eastwind Farms says, Rod, what's up, Eastwind? Make sure you guys check him out. He's got his channel as well, and he gets crazy going into the night. He gets a little party light going and the music and having a blast on his channel. So always good time.
I remember the last time I was at least the Battle Creek one where they have a Greyhound and the Amtrak kind of together. So I'm sitting there waiting for the train to come, and I'm looking over at the the Greyhound kind of their station over there, and I see a Greyhound bus pull in. So people get off the bus, and then a couple more people get off the bus, and they instantly light up a cigarette. And the bus is waiting there for about 5-10 minutes for them to finish a cigarette, and everyone gets back on the bus, and they take off.
You can't smoke on the bus, but I'll wait for you. Yeah. I'm pretty much convinced the duffel bag was made for Greyhound because that's what everybody seems to always have.
Yeah.
Duffel bag they throw in there.
Mm-hmm.
And Cody said the steamboat would be cool. And let's see. Alice said cheers to Eastwind, and Gilbert said forgot to go Raps, go Suns. So he's on the Raptors now too, which that was interesting today. So I don't know if you guys saw earlier, and I just posted something on Facebook a little bit ago, but I watched it last night. Last night was the first game I got to watch in the series with all the running around I was doing, and there was the one play where Kyle Lowry got bumped out. He went out of bounds diving for the ball. And then the one dude that pushed him that was sitting on court side. I don't know if you saw that from the game or anything last night or whatever. But the guy that pushed him was like one of the investors in Golden State. So he just got like fined $500,000 and banned from the arena for a year.
I saw that.
And they're thinking they may have to force him to sell his tickets to not be there anymore.
It's crazy.
But, yeah, it's like, I mean, because he didn't even hit him. He went for somebody else and everything, and he was getting back up, and then the guy pushed him. Like, it was like, dude, what are you trying to do here? You know? And then people get upset when athletes say stuff about, the fans out of hand sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, brought on for a good reason.
Yeah, and I think it may have happened quickly, too, because even though it was Golden State or whatever, LeBron had a pretty big statement about it, too. And, like, within an hour of that, it was like, okay, dude, you can't come here now, type thing. So LeBron carries that clout with the NBA.
One, it's bad enough that somebody would do that. Two, it's bad enough that somebody in that type of position would do that.
Yeah. But then it goes back to a point too, right? If you're running these arenas, why are you sitting fans so close to the floor? Take out those rows, back them up so the players have. It's like when the time Robin kicked the camera guy or whatever. Not that you should kick the camera guy, but if the camera guy wouldn't have been so close, Robin wouldn't have been there to fall into him or whatever either.
Yeah.
It's like after the whole when Monica Seles got stabbed by that one crazy fan, it's like you should have that barrier between the athletes and the fans somewhere. So
well, it's like when you see him at Toronto, you got Drake sitting closer to half court than the coach is. What's wrong? I mean, how is Drake getting more airtime on TV than the bench? I'm like, come on, man.
And Drake gets up and talks shit during the game too. Like,
yeah, he does. He's taunting and everything else. I'm like,
it's like you're gonna dive and take somebody out. Drake would be the person you do it. Yeah, but I tell you where they do put up that kind of stuff is freaking over in Europe. I don't know if you watch some soccer games in Europe or Brazil, wherever in those countries, when those fans don't like the ref calls, they chase the refs off the field.
Yeah, I would not be a referee over there. I'd be scared for my life.
I mean, they take it to heart. I mean, that seriously is a life-threatening job for that, because there was one ref that did get stabbed at one of the games. I know he ended up dying from it, like one of the fans, but they make those calls. They take it so seriously over there.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think that was a couple of years ago or something. Hell, it might have been something different where they were like waiting out in the parking lot for him and like killed the guy or something.
It's nasty. It's
like
kind of scary.
Just a game. Come on, man.
Yeah, you say that in the wrong pub over there. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Mean Street. Was it Green Street Hooligans? Which was a great movie done years ago, like late 90s or early 2000s or whatever, but it's about the European soccer scene. And like one of the guys in is like Vinnie Jones, who's a pretty good actor. And then what's the one guy's name? Elijah something. Is it, he's kind of that weird guy. Not Tobey Maguire, but it's somebody like Tobey Maguire, some old actor. I would say Elijah something. But anyway, he's in it. But it's really pretty cool. But he goes to Europe and he ends up going to the soccer clubs. And it breaks down all the soccer clubs, which are basically like gangs and stuff. Like if somebody walks in from the wrong bar from the wrong club, like fights and stuff break out. And it's got a really interesting scene. But I've asked some friends about that and said it does get crazy like that over there at some of the soccer.
I bet. I can imagine.
Or if you're over there, I guess you would say football.
Football.
Yeah. He goes, I don't know what the hell this soccer is, but I know about football.
You're like, oh, are you a Cowboys fan or?
No.
Stabbed.
This is not the American football. It's just
you're from America. Dallas Cowboys. New York Yankees. Like you got other teams, man. It's not just those. Cody said, any breweries have a Father's Day events around you guys? Frankenmuth is on a tour of the brewery and a flight for $25. That'd be a heck of a flight for $25.
Oh shit.
I don't know if there's any Father's Day. I mean, I'm not a father, so I don't know if there's any Father Day stuff or anything like that. So
no, there's not anything here that I know of. Got to make your own up.
I know there were some restaurants that were doing some dinner type things, but I didn't see any breweries doing anything. You know, for a beer, I can say I'm somebody's daddy. So
who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy and what does he do?
What's my name?
Alan says Lions win in division. Lions need to find consistent offense and a defense that doesn't resemble Swiss cheese. Shots
fired.
He pulled the Tommy gun out. Arizona Timeless Tourist. Hello, all. Welcome, Arizona. Always good to have you, my friend. You guys ever want to see some pretty good stuff video-wise, camera-wise, like some of the touring type things, especially on Arizona, make sure you check out Arizona Timeless, too. He's got some good stuff on the channel. And Eric responds, their defense was much better after getting Harrison. Eastwind saying hello to Arizona. Alan says, why don't people remember that these athletes could whoop someone's rear end, just landed one punch as strong as these fellas are? I wouldn't be pushing no one. I think the thing is that most of the fans know the athlete won't do anything because how they'll get, the league or the team or fined or penalized for doing that. Because think back to when you think back, and I was always saying I had no problem with it, but it was to play back when Indiana and Ron Artest. And he went out there, he was on a table, and then someone threw the cup down there or whatever like that.
The malice at the palace.
Right. He went hands and started to find that dude or whatever. I had no problem. I mean, like, you can't just attack. I mean, what if that would have been like a full bottle of beer? Would that have been something harder than what it actually was? And then people came out like he was in the wrong for doing what he did and everything. So I think some people kind of know that if they do it because they're saying, "Oh, you're supposed to be the better man," that people think they can get away with it, I guess. But there's some people you wouldn't do it with. I mean, like I said, someone like a Rodman or whatever, an Artest will respond back. I mean, I think like if it was like entertainment, you wouldn't do it with a Suge Knight. I mean, Suge Knight would just, he
just straight up shoot you. He wasn't gonna. There wasn't gonna be no punches thrown.
I watched Straight Outta Compton again the other night, and it was the part where the guy took Suge's parking spot.
Yeah.
Beat down on him. Dre's trying to stop him. It's like, there's other parking spots, like
it's just a parking spot.
But I love that movie.
But if it was sports, like you wouldn't try to do that with Shaquille O'Neal, right? You wouldn't do that with Charles Barkley, knuckleheads. You would do it with Bill Laimbeer. Like someone said, Bill Laimbeer would have knocked the guy out.
I said that.
You said that.
I said Bill Laimbeer would have knocked that guy's ass out.
John Sally, some of these other guys were not. It's kind of like, there's some people, you would do that. And Kyle Lowry, he's a little guy. He's a guard, right? He's a little small. You might think you can get away with it with him, I guess. But, it was I don't know why fans feel they can do that to people.
Because they feel like they pay their money. They think they can get away with whatever, like they feel entitled because they paid, well, you're down that low, thousands of dollars to see the game, but.
Right.
They're like, no, you're still a fan that paid way too much money to see the game. You don't get to push anybody or throw beer on anybody.
Right. It's like you don't get to do that. I mean, if that would have been a boxing match and Mike Tyson, would you try to push Mike? I don't think you would have pushed Mike Tyson.
And if you did, they'd be going, wait a minute, something's wrong with this guy. He's got some mental issues.
When you would have woke up a week later, you'd have been like, "What happened?"
Yeah, where am I at?
You tried to push Mike Tyson. Is what happened. Good plan.
And that's when you turn to your boys and be like, "And you didn't try to stop me? What's the matter?"
No, you can see your boys be like, "You push Mike Tyson." They're like, "He ain't with me. I don't know."
Yeah. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know. Yeah. Sorry about your luck.
That's right. Nope. He drove. We'll get Uber home. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah,
we're good. I'll catch you at the after party, Mike. Yeah. Alan, Eric says, "Alan, my fat ass would give it a try." Alan. Alan said, "I remember what happened last time NBA player went into the stands too. Didn't know if I went to have that. I'm 5'9" and brave to a point." And he said that fan deserved to have his ass whooped. Alan said, "You leave Suge Knight and you have your car shot up at a red light with no one find the shooter." Well, yeah, that's sort of the theory. Yeah, yeah, with the whole thing there with Biggie. But yeah, it was interesting to see that he responded as quickly. But like I said, I don't know if that was driven because of LeBron or they kind of just wanted to make that quick thing. But I mean, there's a guy that was a rich guy, was an investor in the team, and this is what happens. But another interesting story. So sadly, right, we had the Virginia Beach incident. With the people that were killed. It's kind of a weird type thing. So one of the breweries, Back Bay Brewing, says to honor the 12 people killed with a special beer called VB Strong, so like Virginia Beach Strong. I don't know. It's kind of a weird type thing for me when I saw that. I don't know what you guys think. It's kind of like you really can't. Are you honoring? You say you're honoring the 12 that were killed, but it really wasn't an honor situation. I mean, it was kind of like more of a mourning type situation. But then it's kind of like, I don't know. It just feels kind of weird. Like I don't know if they're trying to raise funds for anything to help out with the families or whatever like that, or it's just a release that, are you trying to capitalize on the shooting that took place? It's kind of a weird type thing. I don't know if you guys saw that or not.
I didn't see it. No,
I didn't. But it's interesting though, because to know a little bit more background, like you said, are the proceeds going to something, or because you could easily see that as a way to kind of capitalize on the big story or headline, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, I'm hoping it is because they're trying to honor the 12 that were killed, but that whole like the honor word bothers me a little bit because it's not like they were trying to do something and then it happened. They get shot by, just to get,
Right.
it's not like the military going in or a police officer going in doing something or a firefighter.
Right.
These people were basically murdered. So it's kind of like, are there some things you really don't want to try to touch if you're doing these type of things? Or is this maybe, I don't know. I feel like you start doing things like this, it starts to become an acceptance of it. I don't know. I just don't know. It hits me weird. So
And yeah, I kind of agree. It's kind of an odd thing, especially being a small brewery.
yeah.
Where it's not getting local, nationally recognition or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just, yeah, I agree with you. It's kind of an odd circumstance, really.
Yeah, but I mean, if they got ties to the area, I can kind of see where they're trying to go with it. It's just, I don't know.
Because it almost has a feel or a vibe to me, like you're almost kind of celebrating it in a sense. When, like you said, it would be kind of totally wrong. I don't know if honoring would be the right word to use for that. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It is kind of weird.
It's kind of a weird vibe. You get to a point where, and it's almost like, you hate to say it, but it's almost like it's become so commonplace for these things to happen. Now people are doing these type of things. It's almost like you don't want to see something like that because then it becomes an acceptance type thing. And then on here, now it does say every time someone orders the beer, the money from it will be given to United Way Virginia Beach Tragedy Fund. So the money is going directly to the families of the people killed and the 4 injured. So in that way, they are helping those people. So that's a good thing with it and everything.
Yeah. So it does go directly just to those families only? Is that what it says?
Okay. Yeah, it's just going directly to the families. Now, I don't know if it's 100% is going there, or if they're just taking out the cost to make it, or how they're doing it. But it does say the money goes directly to the families.
I would say they're probably getting their cost back, and then all the proceeds from that point forward. Which that's good. I mean, I can get behind that. If they're doing that, that's
And I can see from the point here, one of the owners says, not a good feeling. He says, it's hard to think that within 12 years, I've been within a mile of 44 people killed. It's not a good feeling. So that's kind of crazy. So, you look into it and what the hell's going on?
I'm getting my chair up kind of situated here, brother. What's going on?
So you look at what's happening here. They're definitely looking to help the community heal, it looks like. So I guess maybe just, seeing that honor word is just, I don't know, kind of just jumped out me a little bit with that one. So it's a tragic thing that happened. Maybe this will help the community deal with it. It's not for me to say as much, I'm not in the community. It's just the way when I saw it come through, but hopefully it's something that really helps them benefit.
Well, it does make me feel better that all the proceeds or all the money's going towards those families alone,
Yeah.
Not just to an organization or whatnot, but strictly to those families, which to me is a good thing.
Yeah. So I know Alan said that's capitalizing off of tragedy unless they donate the proceeds. So they are donating those as well. Cody said they better be fundraising for the victims, which they are. But he said wouldn't put anything past anyone anymore. And he unfortunately agreed with me on the part there too. Alan said folks are going nuts these days. I love Virginia Beach, and it's one of the nicer areas of Hampton Roads area, but I hope they are donating the proceeds. So they are doing a donation there, which is a good thing. And we'll see what happens. So I'm sure there'll be more of a follow-up on that too. But, it is a concern when you see those things popping up there. And Alan has said to Cody, I see you do homebrew and have anything currently fermenting. He was asking Cody. So Cody had told Alan he'll be brewing tomorrow. And let's see here. So that's all the comments there right now. So that was a whole interesting thing there. And then Alan asked Cody, nice if you can do a video on it. So yeah, hopefully Cody, you do some video on it that people can check that out on your channel as well.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab another beer.
Okay.
Cody, what's going on, brother? Man, the last time you did a video was a month ago.
Cody's slowly building. He's still getting it down. He probably could shoot more now because I know he was. I think Cody, you said you had the classes and stuff that were taking place for a while too, so you're probably more freed up now to get into it. I'm thinking about brewing something again at some point here. Just have to get it done. I don't know what I want to brew yet, but
this Natterdays, man, is not getting rid of this headache.
you only have one, right?
Number 2, excuse me.
Oh, well, I mean, it is a light beer. It's Natty Light, so.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. True, it is. I'm going to have to get something a little stronger. Or take some ibuprofen, it'd probably work too.
Something to bang the drum, so to speak.
Yeah. Ever since I got home, man, it slowly came on, and now before we came on, I was like, "Fuck, dude, this headache's pounding."
Yeah. Yeah, it always sucks when your head starts pounding that way. And then let's see here. We got Cody says about to have his cream ale tonight. Actually, my uncle said it's similar to Miller Lite. I don't know if it's a good thing or not because Miller Lite's a lager, cream ale is an ale. It's a little different there, but
Yeah.
But hey, if the uncle likes it, that's cool. That works. Cody says he's going to do a review of his cream ale. He's been pretty busy. He does have a drunk video of him reviewing a Dunkelweizen. See, that's good. That's good YouTube right there. You got to put the video up of you being drunk while doing a Dunkelweizen. Jeremy Vincent in the house. Welcome, Jeremy. He says, drink up. And then Alan said, cheers to Jeremy. Cody said to Eric, would you recommend a Natterday for the party, LMAO? And Eric just like he did, he LOL. Here's the thing. People want to knock Natterday all they want, but it's not a bad taste in beer for what you're expecting. It's better than I thought it was going to actually be. Mm-hmm. And again, and I use not that Missouri makes up every state in the U.S., but when they did the beer fest and it was all beers they didn't know and people didn't know what they were drinking, Natterday got chosen as the best new beer. And then people afterwards were like, "What? I can't believe I chose Natty Light or whatever." So, I'm not saying it's going to be anything great, but I'm just saying people may like it.
You know, and I noticed Anheuser-Busch's craft beer program has been on the very light side. I'm hoping they can kind of get some more ABV and maybe a little more malty or flavorful beers in their lineup but maybe they're just kind of sticking their toes in the water. And I know a lot of people are gonna stick their nose up at them and be like, oh, that's ABV, blah blah blah, whatever. But their program right now is like very, very light.
It seems like they're getting more now with the Discovery series and stuff they're doing. Mm-hmm. Those are coming out with a little bit more maltier and a little bit more of an ABV on those. So
I will say I've seen a lot of the red ale, the red lager, and the Freedom. Is it the Freedom lager?
The Freedom one, yeah. The Copper lager was the one with Jim Beam.
That went over. I think everyone kind of liked that. Not it was anything great, but we were like, this ain't bad.
No, I didn't do the Moon one yet. Is that the one that's the Freedom one?
Is that the one that's the Freedom one?
That's the one that just came out like about a month or two ago. For the moon landing. I can't remember. No, that's a Discovery. I think Moon Land's a Discovery.
Oh, is it Discovery?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
So you check that one out.
I did like the red lager though. I did like that one.
Yeah. And then Cody said he used corn in the cream ale, so that might be what is similar. So yeah, that could be the corniness that came through. He said he is going to upload the Dunkelweizen video, so look for it tomorrow. So definitely going to check that out. And then William Flecker's in the house says, I choose Drunken One. What did you choose Drunken One for? Cody said, should I try to film some of my brew day even though I have to use my iPhone? Yeah, I mean, most of the videos I do using the iPhone, which actually has iMovie on it that can allow you to do a lot of the editing too, if you like. So iPhone actually works. In fact, they think the best YouTube camera if you're not going to buy like one of the $600 camera and higher type range is the iPhone. So, and depending on which version you have, you can actually shoot that in 4K, which is nice as well. Paul's in the house. Cheers, guys. Welcome, PA Brew News. check him out as well. Although Paul's going on a little bit of a hiatus for the beer for a little bit of time, so I'm not sure what videos Paul's going to have on the channel, but it'll be interesting. I know he's done the hiking videos before, so make sure you show him some love there as well. Drunken One says, cheers, Paul and Chatham. Ronnie says, I choose William Fletcher. I have no idea what people are getting chose for here. We picking kickball teams or what?
Dodgeball.
Cody says, I didn't like the Budweiser Jim Beam collaboration. Too sweet for his taste. That's all right. You know, things come and they go, and palates will have changed and stuff. You may not like it now. You may like it later. You may not like it later, but that's always the fun of trying different things. PA said, cheers, brother, from Paul. William Fletcher said, Ronnie, yes, I choose you too, eh? So they're still choosing. Eric says, Paul, what temp is your beer at?
7,000 degrees.
He said, lovely aged in the oven. So. And then Cody says, I have the iPhone SE. So you'd be good to go with that. Actually, my wife, she wants to go get new iPhones on Saturday, so she might do that or whatever. She wants to get like an iWatch. Like, why do you want an iWatch? You're not going to do anything with it, really. But it's like $20 a month. I'm like, but it's a watch. I mean, it's not like, I don't know. That's it. But $20 is less than what she's paying now on the other one, so I might just do it. Jeremy Vincent, I don't want to see myself in 4K.
Good point.
Dude, because like some of the people you watch like now on some of the interviews and the news broadcasts and stuff, and I think sometimes just people forget they're like in 4K or HD or whatever like that and everything. Like when you start seeing the sweat like on their lip and
yeah,
they're talking, they're spitting, and you see it on their chin. It's like nobody. He's got an earpiece. No one's gonna tell him to wipe his chin right now. He's still talking. What are you doing there?
Turn that down to 720. Turn that down to 720.
Try to watch Hardball and not see Chris over himself. I guarantee you would not get through one episode where he's not have spit hanging off his chin at some point. Drunken Whistle, I'm guessing Boylan talking about Paul as well. So, and Cody says, I want to try the Old Nation Woodshed series beer soon. So they got a new thing there from Old Nation. I did not know that.
Woodshed series? I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen it either?
Mm-mm. Maybe on their website.
Oh.
Beer mail.
Eric slacking.
I'm about ready to look it up, fellas.
Come on, man.
We're gonna need you to get on that, Eric. I haven't seen it. I mean, we're getting Old Nation now, but I haven't seen anything down here for that series.
Might be too new yet.
Oh, a Brute IPA.
Ah.
Draft Therapy's done it.
What's your thoughts on the Brute IPA, you two? Have you guys gotten into them anymore, or?
I haven't. They're the one locally here, Bad Brewing, has a Brute IPA. I thought it was way too hoppy for a Brute IPA, but that's how they want to do it. So very light and very, very hoppy is what it was. And I was like, ugh. I swallowed it down. So
they're okay. They're okay.
Yeah. I mean, they got the effervescence with them and everything like that they go for, but depending on how, I've had some that were pretty dry, and I've had some that were not as dry that were pretty good too. So it's a different style, you know. You take it, try it.
Yeah.
You like it. I think of the major ones that I've had so far, though I haven't had the new Belgian one. I mean, I think Sierra Nevada's probably got the better one that I've had thus far from any of the big breweries. As far as any smaller craft breweries, the one I had when I went to Akron and Black Oyster, the one they had was probably one of the better ones I've had on that strategy. So
Joe's done the Woodshed pilot series by Old Nation.
Oh, Joe's been getting Old Nation, I tell you, huh?
Well, I think him and Jeff's been sending him some beers his way.
Yeah.
And they have a dry honey saison. I didn't know that.
Wonder if it's like a seasonal type thing or something. A limited release they did.
I might have to go to Williamston Brothers and see if they got it.
Nobody will stop you, son. Let me see. Eric Gilbert said, pouring up a second wedge, 3 Rocks IPA. And so I don't know if you saw the show the other night, Eric, on Nick's after show, but they want me to come on there. So I actually found that, what is it? The 3 Monkeys or 3 Wing, whatever it is, the Sparkle something. I can't remember the name of the beer now, but so they're going to be doing that in a couple weeks on his channel. So I might go on for that.
Nice.
Sammy Russell in the house says, good evening, everyone. Cheers, Rob. Welcome. Sammy. Appreciate you being here. Beer Man's not here yet. I'm surprised Beer Man's not in. Yeah. Although he's out in Oregon, so it's only like 7 so there. But he usually tries to stop in too. Earth says, don't stop the broadcast. Everyone is at least 7 beers in. Welcome, brother. It's been a while.
What's up, Earth?
What's going on, brother?
Gilbert says he thinks Brute works better with the Saison style. And Jeremy Vincent says, 480p for me. I got a face for radio and a voice for silent films. That's pretty good.
That is good. I like that. I like that.
I think I might steal that.
Yeah, Fletcher gave a LOL on that one too. So that was actually pretty cool there. And then we talk about the craft beer festival. There's actually a craft beer festival that they're doing in Massachusetts, which is pretty cool. It's to benefit the homeless shelter up there in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. So that's one of the good things about always going to these beer festivals. And a lot of times, at least all the ones I've been to, it's been kind of for a good support type reason. So very community oriented. And then for you treehouse lovers, up east, they're actually
God giggles.
I wasn't thinking Treehouse and Brewery. I was thinking Tree Hugger for some reason.
Yeah, Gilbert, you're right. Flying Monkey Sparkle Puff is actually really good. So that's the one that I have here now because we're getting the Flying Monkeys distribution. And then Cody said Old Nation also did a Honey Saison, which I think Eric said as well. So
yeah.
But for you Treehouse Brewery lovers, if you're in the Boston area, and I don't know if Craft Beer Pours is still here or not, they're actually going to be running a beer garden at the Prudential Center in Boston for 2 days in June and 2 days in July. So they'll be hitting the road, and if you're in that area, you'll be able to get some of the treehouse brews that people tend to crave when they get to try them. So that's kind of something different for them to actually go out there and do like a beer garden, because I think everything for them is usually in-house.
Cody says, what do you guys think of the LOL Kolsch? I like it a lot. LOL Kolsch.
I think he's saying LOL. Just LOL. There's no comments, but he's saying LOL. I think. I don't think it's the name of anything, but I like it. I like the Kolsch style.
I do too. I like it.
In fact, now I'm thinking about I do want to get that coffee Kolsch to try here pretty soon.
Who makes that one, Rod? You might have said, but I don't remember.
No, actually, it was one of our local breweries here. It was Sonder Brewing. Had done a coffee Kolsch. I've done a couple of their reviews. They're one of the newer ones here. So I need to check that one out and give it a whirl.
I'm intrigued on that one because usually Kolsch's you think of like fruits or, I don't know, some here done like cucumbers, kind of vegetable type flavoring to Kolsch's.
Yeah.
So to be a coffee, that's intriguing. I'm kind of curious to see what you think of that one.
Yeah, I need to get it in there so I can try it for sure.
Saturday, you need to go over to Listerman. They're doing a collaboration brew release, and it's Fruity Pebbles, some kind of Fruity Pebbles beer.
Who are they doing a collab with? Did you see?
Yeah, I did, but I can't think of who it was now offhand. It wasn't really anybody I recognized, I don't think. So I don't know if it's somebody else local or I have to look it up.
So you're really trying to get me to stand in line for something?
I'm not saying you have to stand in line for something. I showed my brother a message. It's like, and a picture is like, look what they got coming up Saturday. He goes, oh, that looks awesome. He's like, I might just have to go check that one out. I'm like, all right, good luck to you. I'll take a 4-pack.
I need to make a connection and listen and say, hey, can you hold something back for me? Yeah, I want to get over there and try more of their stuff, but their bottle release are hit and miss, or their can release. Sometimes people line up, sometimes people don't.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it on here.
But even I was there one time talking to one of the guys there about it, he's like, it's crazy. He's like, I can't believe how many people line up for this beer. He's like, seriously, these people are lining up this early for this beer. And it's like, you think like he'd be pumped because he's more of an employee, but he was more like, I can't believe people are this damn crazy.
Speaking of lining up from, I shot you guys an email or a picture last week or a message last week on the 450 North release on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And people were getting there like at 13 hours beforehand. There was like 8 people in line the night before.
Oh
and by the time everybody went through, they still had like 5 of the 8 beers left to sell after it was over. I'm like, you got in the line 13 and a half hours prior to, and they still had shit left over when everybody was done through the line.
I guess, yeah, but they were saying they made it. If they did, they'd be like, oh, we might have missed it or something. Like, I don't know. It's a different mindset for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I can stand in line for certain things for a couple hours, but I ain't getting there 13. I don't care. I don't care what it is. I'm not standing in line for 13 hours. I mean, their beer is good, but I ain't wasting a half a day waiting in line for it.
I wonder if you can use like there was a company, I think I told you guys before, like this company, like a kid had started, and he got him and his buddies when they would go to places, they would stand in line for people, and then when they got close, they would call them, and the people would come and take the spots from them. But they would do it like for movies and all that kind of stuff. I was like, I wonder if you can use kids at a brewery to stand in line for you.
Well, I mean, technically you probably could because they're not actually in the brewery and they're not buying anything. So
right.
It'd be like a what's the DoorDash or Uber Eats or something. Go stand in line for me. I'll pay you for.
Yeah. Right. You're just paying them to wait for however long it takes to get there.
I'll come take your place with an hour to go.
Yeah, right. And then Alan said he'd love to go to Boston or New England area just for the fact of Treehouse. Orange Julius was awesome. Yeah, Orange Julius was a good one. Cody said, no, I meant Cole. Sorry, my screen screwed up. Might be time to replace this phone. Well, you said Cole's, but it was LOL in there. So I didn't know if you meant to put the LOL in there, but and Cody says he loved the Oddside Ales coffee blondes. Which Oddside, we're getting in here now, but I have not drank a lot of the Oddside beers. I need to look at getting some of those because I've always heard good things about them. And then Cody said he was going to do a Kolsch instead of a cream ale, but it looked like it still involved layering. So he wants to do a lager for the third quarter brewing competition here in October. There you go. Usually when I did the lagers, I usually did them in winter because when I would store them, I'd store them in the garage where it was cold enough for them. Because with lagers, remember, you have to keep them at cold temperature. So if you're going to do it at that point, as long as you got a cool enough spot for them, you'll be good to go. Like some guys will use like a old fridge or tap thing or something like that. So that's the only thing you got to worry about.
And then turn up the temperature so it doesn't keep it.
Yeah. And Gilbert said the second wedge 3 Rocks IPA is named after a bike that runs through a ghost lumber town north of me. So the bike is called the second wedge, and it runs through 3 Rocks.
Is that a statement or a question, Ryan?
Yeah. And then Alan said they have some with coffee from around Michigan, which I also love coffee, and just as much as beer. Also, and he said to me, Oddside is awesome. Yeah, I would agree that Oddside, from what I've heard, seems to be a really good brewery. So sooner or later, I will check them out. But another thing that was just introduced, and this is something starting to be interesting to see how this makes it rounds if it starts something there. But a brewery just combined booze and beer to make a 40 proof ale. So I don't know if you guys saw it on the Facebook page. I posted it earlier. They basically are coining the term brewed spirits. And what they've actually done, and this is from Minneapolis-based Modest Brewing, is they say it's every bit as strong as it sounds. They basically take a barrel-aged beer and create it into an old-fashioned ale. So on here, it actually talks about it. The technology at the Forward Thinking Brewery includes its mash filter, making the drink possible. Tastes like an old-fashioned garnished with orange zest, but it's slightly carbonated and a beery feel from the yeast. It's made from a bourbon mash that is brewed and fermented as a beer, aged in bourbon barrels, and then served as an old-fashioned. Made to replicate the traditional spirit. And it says the goal is to get as close as possible to creating the spirit while working within the legal limitations of beer. They use 9 to 12-year-old level 4-char Knob Creek barrels for the barreling. Just starting down through here and everything. More over $12 for a cocktail isn't bad. So at the tap room, you can get a 4-ounce pour and it costs $12. Might seem high at first, but there's a sort of a balanced dollars alcohol intake happening there. Moreover, it says $12 for a cocktail isn't out of the ordinary. Notes the brewery plans to continue making brewed spirits, but with Booze House sitting in barrels for nearly a year, maybe a while before the next entry hits taps. And here's the inevitable bad news. For now, the drink is only available at the brewery's tap room, Burrow, and at Parlor Bar locations in both Minneapolis and St. Paul. No plans right now for canning or bottling, but one can hope that can change at some point. So if you get over to Minneapolis and St. Paul, you can get a 40 proof, this new combined booze and beer. Sounds interesting.
All right, Rod. So I pulled up on Listerman. It is a collaboration with, I'm not sure how to pronounce the name, but Bhramari, Bhramari Brewing Company.
I wonder where they're out of.
And it is a Berliner Weiss, double dry cerealed with fruity pebbles. And they use 10 pounds of cereal per barrel. And it's going to be $14.99 a 4-pack. All right, let me click on. They got a link here for that brewery. Let's see. They're out of Asheville, North Carolina.
Why not? Because a lot of great breweries come out of Asheville, North Carolina.
Right. Yeah. So
nice.
Hopefully, my brother actually remembers to go, and he actually can get some.
That definitely sounds interesting, and I can best express my feeling in 3 words: yabba dabba.
Yes,
that's what Fred Flintstone would say. It definitely sounds like we're checking out on that one there.
So everybody's going into the cereal craze.
It's when one brewery hits on it, then other people start adopting it if it has success. So, imitation has done a lot with craft brewery.
True.
So it's definitely comes into account for sure.
And it's like, if they do.
Did I lose you? Can you hear me?
Well,
okay, my headset went out. All right, no, you're good.
So it's like, what other cereal can we do? Why not? It's grain, so why not?
Yeah,
grain-ish, I guess.
Well, we had an episode where we suggested ideas. I remember, so
right, yeah.
Golden Grams going, son. Golden Grams, Golden Blonde Stout or something. You know what I'm saying? Give me some.
We need to get some royalties on that.
Yeah, it's like you gotta have a Wheaties beer. It's wheat. It's in the name.
Right, exactly.
How do you not have a Wheaties wheat ale? Come on, Anheuser-Busch. You like rice? Make some Rice Krispie beer, bitch.
Somebody should do that with the Wheaties and have Bruce Jenner as the woman on the can.
Wow, Todd.
See, I was thinking of the frosted.
You say wow, but you're all laughing though. So
we are.
Well, I was thinking of frosted mini wheat because of the before and after, but because that's
true. Hey, that's good. That's a good idea right there.
Oh man, you're gonna get us ejected off of YouTube, Todd. Let me see here.
Redbeard did it, so why not?
Yeah. Just throw in the Olympics like Redbeard.
And have curling on there.
Yeah, curling, right? Because curling's the hot sport now. So, let me see here. Cody has said, good idea. Maybe brew a lot of lagers in the winter to stock up a bit. Yeah, if you're going to brew and you have like a garage or a cold space, the good thing about having a garage, you have a natural cold space when it is winter because you can easily put batches out there and lager a good amount of stuff. You don't have to worry about doing anything else with the weather. And if you got enough space, you can just keep stacking them. Alan says a 40 proof ale. They tell Sam Adams to hold their beer. Oh, yeah. Well, the Utopia. What's the Utopia? Utopia is higher than 40 proof, though, I think, right?
It's like 23% ABV, so
it might be like, isn't it like 46 or something?
So so it's like double for the proof, right?
Yeah. So just a little bit there. They're not fully there yet, but yeah.
Well, Dogfish Head gets up there too, don't they?
Actually, Utopus might be like 26 or 28%, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. You have to look that up.
Proof of Utopias.
I know some of Dogfish Heads get up there, but I don't think quite that high.
Is 58% proof. Or 58%. Or was that just their 10th anniversary release? It says. Yeah, 56 proof on 2017 edition. Yeah. So you take that baby 1 ounce at a time. You're gonna spread those dollars out.
Give me a 12-ounce pour, brother.
Or you can do like me and just have a whole bottle on Halloween.
Yeah, don't you be chugging that? Oh man, yeah. And then Alan said I have to check if the distribution anywhere close to me where I am. The local bottle store with stuff from a bit of everywhere. I guess for the odd sides. And Eric Gilbert says, "Sorry, bike trail. LOL is kicking in, sons." Talking about the alcohol. Like the bike has a name like that in the town. Yeah. And then Jason Voorhees in the house. Welcome, Jason. He says, "A." And Hans Gomez in the house says, "Hey, Rod J. Welcome, Hans. Good to have you, brother." Cody says, LAML, right here comes old Sammy, a.k.a. Sam Adams. Alan says, damn, that sounds good. We were talking about the old-fashioned stuff. Or sounds interesting, sorry. What's happening, Rick's Barbecue in Blackstone? Good evening. Welcome, Rick. Good to have you on here. I don't know, Rick, this might be your second time maybe in, so definitely appreciate you showing up. And does remind me I still want to try to get together and do something with the collab with you as well. So I'm going to try to send you maybe something this weekend, see if we can get some stuff put together to do like the pairing for the beer and food type episodes. Cody says, might pick up some of New Holland's pre-made mixed drinks with their own liquor for tomorrow night. Cody's got a lot of stuff going tomorrow night for the party. I think, you can't run a live stream right now, but you definitely got to record video of the party, Cody, and come back and share it to the channel. Things get crazy. And then also take some of his cream ales. Maybe share and get some constructive criticism on a cream ale. That's never a bad idea.
Do it early.
Yeah. Like Alan said, not a bad idea. I ask as many folks as possible what they think of my means when I have them. Here's the thing. People that drink usually don't turn down free alcohol. So they'd be more than happy to try it for you.
Usually they don't.
You got your test group already built in.
And they're like, what's in the bottle? Sure, I'll try some. Yeah. Why not?
Beer. What's in the bottle? Beer. Okay.
Enough said. I'll take some.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It's like the office when I work. I go in sometimes and they'll be like, people will bring in and order food, and something that'll be food. Like, and it's like in our main kitchen, people will put out like food that they had for different. I think somebody could walk in here and just want to take out the whole office by just putting down a tray of sandwiches. Because our office will flock and we'll just eat them, and it's like no one knows where they came from. Half the time they're like, "Oh, where they come from?" I don't know. It was on the table. For everybody. All right, well, I'll grab a sandwich. They're like, we'd all be knocked out and poisoned. We wouldn't even. It would just happen. Like we wouldn't even know. And like with alcohol, it's like you put it down there. There you go.
That's funny.
And it's so funny because people know if anything shows up on the one table, it's up for grabs. Like if you mistakenly put something down there and you were going to be serving like having another function, that's on you because people that's the table where everybody can pull from. So make sure you put it to the right table for what you got going on. And so it's funny because in different sections of the office will have different things, and they're like, "Well, take the food to this room or that room," and like somebody will say, "What about the main kitchen?" No, not the main kitchen, not the main kitchen.
Yeah.
Anywhere but the main kitchen.
Right. Gilbert says Fruity Pebbles, baby. Cody says to Alan, I agree. A cream ale is pretty close to what people will probably be drinking tomorrow too. Not too complex of a beer. If they're like more of a macro type drinker, cream ale is not bad either to try to get them to cross over a little bit. Alan says the beer industry, craft industry especially, is starting to get so saturated with crazy stuff and so many choices. Yeah, but that's kind of a good thing because we're getting all the benefit of them just trying different stuff too. Alan says there's a local brewery here in South Carolina, and their cream is brewed with grits, and it's one of the best mouthfeel and smoothest beers I've had.
Oh wow!
I have not had a grits beer.
I have not.
Yeah,
grits.
Never heard of one.
Yeah, I've never heard of one either.
Yeah, yeah,
I like grits, so I probably like the beer.
I like grits too. You have some of that corniness and stuff too. Yeah. So
I love me some grits too.
I ain't gonna lie, I put some butter on some sometimes.
I put a little bit of maple syrup on them.
It's funny. I saw a beer. There was a thing that got posted in one of the groups on Facebook, and they had a nitro wheat ale. And they're like, why would you put a wheat ale on nitro? And I'm like, basically, they just made a cream of wheat beer. Because the nitro is just going to make a creamy feel to the wheat ale. So, yeah.
Cream of wheat.
Yeah.
That actually might have been pretty good.
Yeah, I think it was actually a whip beer that it was. So, yeah, but it's like, you're just basically making it a cream of wheat type thing. Which I haven't had cream of wheat since I was like a kid, really. So, yeah.
I don't think I've ever had cream of wheat.
Never had cream of wheat, but you had grits? You never had cream of wheat?
Yeah, I had grits. I never had cream of wheat.
Cream of wheat was like the sugary grits. So it was like, you had the grits that were a little bit more, I say a little bit more natural there, but then you had the cream of wheat, which was like kind of the sugary one, It's kind of like the Kool-Aid versus the drink aid.
The flavor aid.
Flavor aid.
Kool-Aid versus drink aid.
Or was it like for a while? Welch's was in packs too. It was like,
yeah,
this ain't no Kool-Aid, son.
This ain't no Kool-Aid. What the hell are you trying to pull off?
And then Gilbert says Cinnamon Toast Crunch, sons. Yeah, that would be good for a cereal there. Cinnamon Toast Crunch to get that grain out of it and that flavor. Cody said, I'm surprised I don't see many craft cream ales around. I see a few here. In Dayton, we have one with Warp Wing. They actually make as kind of an annual type offering, but I almost feel like it took me a little bit of time to get into cream ales. I don't know if it might be more of an acquired type feel to them or what, but I don't know if you guys drink them anymore.
If I do, I'll get the Genesee cream ale.
Yeah. Which I've never had still.
Not me either. I can't get them here anyway, I don't think.
Well, I can get them here if I buy a 12-pack of them, but it's like I don't want a 12-pack of them.
I can get.
Well, I guess I could if I go to Kentucky over Louisville to get them. I guess
I can get a Genesee 30.
Ooh.
Well, they had the 12-pack of the Bach Ale at Jungle Gyms for $5.99. 12-pack of Genesee Box.
The Bach is pretty good. I'll give Genesee that. The Bach is pretty good. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well, at least I think so.
But Sammy agreed with Cody that he's surprised to see as many more craft cream ales around as well. And then let's see here. And I forgot to mention, if you guys like to like barbecue and stuff like that, make sure to check out Rick's channel as well too, because he's putting up stuff on there on the barbecue type things and the food.
Oh, have to check that one out.
Yeah. Some of these barbecue channels, it's almost like watching diners, driving and dining. You start getting hungry when you watch too, though.
That is true.
So good, yeah.
But I'm always have to try to find some new tricks and tips to make my food better.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Alan said, honestly, I'm lucky. There's a boom happening around here with 25 breweries within a 10-mile radius of each other that are all competing against each other. And luckily, cream ale is one of the styles. So he's getting cream ale from his stuff there, and right in a nice little area. Gilbert says, "Cream of wheat hazy, baby. Let's do it."
Start brewing it, brother. Start brewing
it. And then let me see here. Cody said Genesee Brewing actually seems to have a good amount of specialty beer at the brewery. Wish I could find some here. And that's what Joe always says, like at the brewery, how they have the different stuff there as well. My local Kroger has the only one Genesee they carry is Genesee Ice. If I go to like Party Town, I can get Genesee Cream Ale. I can get Genesee Bach if I go to Jungle Gyms. There was another Genesee I saw somewhere else too, but they are kind of sporadic for me. I don't know if you guys see any more where you're at, where there's anything that holds like more of the flavors down.
Usually the cream ale and the regular lager and their light lager are usually the ones I can get here. The specialty beers are a little hard to get ones.
Yeah.
Like
we do. I was going to say, we do get the lager as well. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, the Genesee beer.
Yeah. And Wet Dreams in the house. Welcome, Wet. Said just drank a 6-pack of What Dookie today. Is pretty good shit. So
what?
A 6-pack of What Dookie today is pretty good. I don't know what I've never heard of that. I don't know what you're drinking there, Wet.
Dookie?
Yeah. With Alice and Cheers, Wet Dreams. Wet finds some weird stuff out there. Sammy says, I just steal, and y'all got me thinking I might try and dump a couple of boxes of Fruity Pebbles in a thumper keg. You guys just gave me a great idea, LOL. Dude, if you do that, you have to let us know how it turns out for you for sure.
Do it.
That's another Arnold. Do it.
Do it.
What are you waiting for? I'm right.
What are you waiting for? That was you saw the new trailers, like the new Terminator movie coming out. It's supposed to be the last Terminator movie they're going to make, but it's kind of like, Arnold's like 75 years old. I don't think he's like the main character for this one. No, he's kind of like there as the side piece or side character type thing. As far as I've seen, I know he may be doing something there, but then Linda Hamilton's in it as well. So it's like, it's like when Granny got Get Your Gun or something. What is this? The old people Terminator? What is going on here? Terminator chasing him down with a walker.
Terminator redo.
Terminator Redux.
Get to the walker now. Get to the walker.
Nursing home edition.
Oh, my hip. I'm down. Let's see. Cody said, I'm keeping it light for tonight, warming up for tomorrow night, LAMAO. So, yeah, Cody's getting his game face on for tomorrow.
Yep, priming himself. He's priming himself.
He's building some stamina up. Gilbert says, loves a couple cream ales after a hot day of work. I can definitely see that as well. A nice little break there. And Cody said, lots of free food at the hospital for us. Usually slows down a bit. Yeah, I was going to say, like, I used to work at some companies when it was like a food, they call it like food day or whatever. Everybody brings in food dishes, and it was just like crazy. Like, things aren't getting done and people are just getting fat. But here's the thing: there's always that one employee, like that people will ask, like, "Who made that?" or "Who made that?" And they'll say the name, and they're like, "Don't do it. Don't get any of that." Though. It's like, well, how do you know it's not that? It's like, trust us, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, stay away.
It's like that one employee that brings us something that they're just emptying their cabinets at home. They get like a green bean casserole and the green beans for like 2010. They're spring cleaning and bringing it into the office for everybody else. So yeah. We had one guy. He made I don't know why you would do this, but they were making a chili competition. Well, this one guy put cookie dough in his chili.
What?
Yeah, exactly. When the girls tried it, she spit it right back out. Like she went to do it like in front of the people to get a bite, and just went to the trash can and just started like hurling it out.
Was it like chunks of cookie dough? What was I don't even understand.
I wasn't there that day. She was telling me like it was so bad. She was telling me like wait a minute, what recipe ever calls for cookie dough in chili?
Right. That was a drunk night. They're like, let's throw this shit in there and see what happens.
Well, apparently, supposedly one of the girls actually liked cookie dough.
Oh my god!
Because he knew she liked cookie dough, but it's like you don't put cookie dough in anything because they like it, you know.
Was it like chocolate chip? What kind of cookie dough was it?
Maybe
my stomach right now is turning because it's chili.
It's like who would come up with the idea? You know, it's kind of like that might be something like a vegan does that might not have any idea, like for people that like meat or something, you know. But
like, who put the dumplings in the chili? Like, no, that's cookies. That ain't dumplings. What are you doing? What?
Yeah, it was just like, what's this person doing? And when I found out the person threw up as soon as they tried one bite of it, it's like, oh yeah, and it was a competition, so like that person's not winning.
Yeah.
And then after that, nobody else wanted to mess with the cookie dough chili. But yeah.
Hey, but I guess you never know until you try, I guess, right?
Yeah, right.
You should bring the person over and be like, dude, did you actually taste this before you brought
it? Nope.
I went with the gut. Oh, but
Jesus Christ.
Sammy said he's had cream corn, but never cream of wheat. I've had cream corn. Funny, as a kid, I wasn't as a huge fan of cream corn. I liked it as I got older, but
same here. I like it now, but I never liked it when I was a kid.
And cream spinach as well too. I can remember being a kid and I did not like tomatoes, but I loved ketchup. My grandfather always be like, "How can you eat the one without the other?" And it's
same
like,
here.
I don't know. Yeah. It's ketchup. Yeah.
And I'm still not a big fan of like raw tomatoes, but I'll eat them cooked or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Like I don't eat like my wife will get fried green tomatoes. I'm not a huge fan of that, but I'll eat tomatoes on sandwiches and stuff.
And I'm the same with onions. Like I don't like them raw, but I'll eat them cooked all day long.
See, I like onions. I like onions raw or cooked, but I like peppers, like different spicy type peppers.
Yeah.
Alan said you aren't missing anything. Talking about, I think, the cream of wheat. So, like, Alan may have had too much cream of wheat growing up. Gilbert says cream of wheat was depression food.
Cream of wheat was depression food.
That was like a breakfast meal in America. So, Cody said we never cared for cream of wheat. And it was like cream of wheat, and there was cream of wheat, and there was like oatmeal, or there was like the two different type things as well. Genesee cream ale, only cream ale he's ever had other than Little Kings. Sammy Russell. I haven't had Little Kings in a while too, but that's a nice classic throwback to a cream ale for sure.
I can give me a lot of Little Kings, a lot.
Yeah.
Little Kings.
And then Cody said, I tried a Genesee to compare it to my cream ale. And Sammy said, I never brewed a cream ale, Cody. I might try to make one. Well, there you go. Yeah, we actually get Little Kings made here now because they're under more line, so they brought back making more of the Little Kings here in Cincinnati. Sammy says he lives in upstate New York. Genesee is everywhere. So that's kind of like, when Joe's on here from Buffalo, he gets it all over too. And Eric asked Cody how it turned out, and Cody said we get Genesee cream ale and ice and lager. What about you, Eric? So that's when you talked about the beers earlier. And then Sammy said, Rod, if I make some Fruity Pebble Shine, I will sure send you all a jar. I appreciate it, Sammy. I would love to try it out for sure. You never know. That things can take off with it. I mean, where I'm actually at is in Kentucky and Cincinnati, and of course, people came up with all kinds of stuff running moonshine and things around this area. So you never know what might kick on. And Eric Gilbert says, any brewery watching, I'm calling royalties on the cream of wheat hazy. Damn suckers. Cody said, Fruit Loops, New England IPA. Arnold was a beast in his bodybuilding days. Yeah, Arnold still is a beast. I don't know if you saw the video from about a month ago, maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago. But Arnold was at the event and somebody tried to drop kick him from behind, some crazy dude or some fan or whatever, and he bounced off of Arnold, and Arnold turned around like he got bumped like by a fly or something. So if you pull up online, Arnold drop kicked or whatever it may be, you probably find it on Google.
Oh boy! Now I gotta find it.
You can find it on here, and I'll pull it up here so everybody can see it. Let me see.
Arnold drop kick. How old is he now anyway? Anybody know?
I think he's like around 74 or something.
Is he 74?
Yeah.
It probably has to be, I think, right?
All right, let's see here. It was actually in South Africa. Let me show it to you here. Let me pull it up.
Why would somebody ever drop kick that man?
All right, hold on 1 second. I'm going to switch it over here. And then...
Oh, boy. Okay.
Screen share. All right, so let's take a look, everybody. All right, you guys can all see it and everything?
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and play that, baby. Signing autographs. Then the bodybuilder just jump on him. It's like, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger signing an autograph right here.
Barely even nudged him.
Like, do. What the hell? Like,
yeah. What?
Who the hell?
And then the guy got roughed up, man.
It's just like, yeah.
Dummy.
What a fucking retard.
I tried to rewind too fast, and being Google, it jammed up the system. Anyway, you guys saw it there, but it's like, why would you try to... You're trying to drop kick the Terminator, man. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Did you not see any of his classics out there? Raw Deal, Running Man. Like, what are you trying to do? You're not going to hurt this guy.
Yeah. Do you not know who he is?
The thing is, he kind of arches his back and just takes one step. Most people would get thrown to the ground.
It's like, dude, this is Conan the Barbarian you're messing with.
Right.
Yeah, so crazy people. Again, it's kind of one of those crazy fans doing something, right? We started out talking about the fans as well. Alan said, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you think he's trying to impress somebody he was with? Like, hey, watch this.
He might have
like, you dumbass.
He was probably drunk and stumbled in from the beer festival across the street.
Yeah, totally.
Like, what are you thinking? Let's see here. Alan said Fruit Loops Shine sounds like it would taste amazing. So we're coming up with names here. Fruit Loops in the EPA. Let's see. Cody said no weightlifting for tomorrow night because he's going to be going to the party.
12-ounce curls, baby. 12-ounce curls.
Get some cardio in before you go. Get that little burn. It'll take a little bit more. Cody's on to a 2 Heart Ale now. So
I'd like to try his rendition of a 2 Hearted Ale. I would like to. I'm going to have to get up and see you, Cody, so you can try some of your beers.
I'd like to try that.
I had a 2-hearted ale 2 nights. No, last night actually. We went out to one of the places and I had that on tap. Gilbert says he hates raw tomato, and then Cody says cooked tomatoes usually make him feel sick. And Alan says I've had cream of wheat once, and that was enough. So I kind of felt the same way about Scrapple. So. And I don't know if you guys know what Scrapple, but
Scrapple.
I've never heard of that.
You know what it is, Todd?
I do.
Yeah, so the Northeast is kind of like the Geta. What the Geta is here, but it's like scraps from the pork, and they do it. I think the difference between that and Geta, one of them uses wheat and one of them uses another base, but it's basically the same thing. And it's kind of like, why do you want to eat this? But here in Cincinnati, they have Geta. They have like a Geta Fest. So they have a festival where people come out and do like Geta dogs and Geta burgers, and it's just like, no, not at all.
Why? Why?
Yeah. But different places have different things. Cody said the only time I would get cream of wheat was when Dad was laid off. That's when you knew shit got real.
When you knew money was tight.
I walked in for breakfast that morning, like,
what happened? What's going on?
They're like, Cody, shut up and sit down and eat.
This breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like you eat it.
This picture of Cody. Cody's got one more bowl in his hand. Like, pardon me, can I have some more? Like Oliver Twist.
Wow.
Hey, it kept people going. So yeah,
that's right.
And then Cody said to Eric, the cream ale turned out awesome. Wish I can get some to you all. Well, Eric's right near you, so you can easily get it to Eric for sure. You guys can connect. You guys should connect and drink some beer and do some stuff.
Not with your cousin, though, brother. No.
Don't be scared, Eric. Don't be scared.
Eric have a helmet on when the cousin shows up. All right, party now. Yeah. Cody said might have some moonshine cherries tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yeah. Usually when we go to, and I think didn't you just go to Gatlinburg, Todd?
Well, I was in Knoxville, north of Knoxville.
Okay, I was thinking you were going to Gatlinburg. So Gatlinburg is where a lot of us go down in Tennessee once in a while, and usually get down there. I usually get moonshine, and usually get the apple pie moonshine.
Yeah.
And then hit the cabin and just kind of hit in the hot tub, drinking some moonshine.
But we are heading there in a couple weeks, though. So
yeah. Are you guys getting a cabin and stuff down there?
We're not sure yet. We're either going to get a cabin or just a hotel. We're just going to stay for a couple days.
Dude, the cabin is so much better, though. The cabin is like, I don't know. Depends on what you want to do, I guess. But the cabin, you kind of get that nice. Well, it seems like a requisite is having a hot tub and stuff, which is nice to sit there and drink and everything. But I don't know, getting up in that Gatlinburg morning and being able to go over to like that stove and make some stuff, you feel like you're freaking Grizzly Adams or something.
Yeah, mountain man for sure.
And getting that little thing where you're sitting on the front deck eating breakfast and the sun's up and all that kind of stuff. So,
were you eating cream of wheat?
Yeah, cream of wheat. And Gatlinburg is party.
God, come on, man.
Of course, you want to go outside, there's like a bear on your porch, which can happen. So,
yes, yeah.
I
don't know if I want to do hot tub though in July. So,
yeah, usually it's better to go like in the fall, especially with the
yeah
and stuff. So, but we were down there right before they had the fires. We had a little cabin. Actually, the place we had a cabin was right around the corner from Dollywood, which is one of the areas that got hit when they had the fires. So
yeah.
One of my buddies up here, his family has a cabin down there, but it was okay. But I don't know. It's nice to get away for a little thing like that and just kick back once in a while. So, and for us, it's like a 3.5 hour drive. You're probably about the same, or maybe a little less or so where you're at. So,
yeah, it's 3.5, 4 for me. Yeah.
The problem you really have is when you get to Pigeon Forge or whatever, when it's like it gets down to just a 2-way road on your side and 2-way on the other. That's when the traffic like mounts up.
Yeah.
Bottleneck. So yeah. But apple pie moonshine, I do like that one.
What's there's a moonshine place there where you can go and do like samples, basically free samples.
Well, I know You usually get the Old Smoky moonshine, but there's the one
that's what it is. No, I think it is Old Smoky. Yeah.
Smoky one. But who was it that not Pappy, but the guy that based they started the show on Moonshiners. Off of
yeah. What the hell's name? The guy's name's Tim. Tim something is.
I can't think who it is, but he went to jail for a bit of time for moonshine running, but they still have his moonshine down there. He has a brand and everything now. So
yeah. I'm trying to think what the hell the name of the moonshine is.
I want to say it's like Junior or something, but I might be wrong. But yeah. And Gilbert says now Irish and Scottish oatmeal is great stuff. Could be partial. James Garcia's in the house. Hello, James. Welcome. Cody said Arnold just had heart surgery too. Probably the bodybuilding, to be honest. My uncle warned me that it can be hard on your heart. He's been bodybuilding for years. And he was bodybuilding since he came to America, because he was bodybuilding before he came. And his first role was actually Conan, which he was just barely learned some English. That's why he limited what he was actually saying in the movie and everything.
Climax Moonshine. That's the name of it.
Climax?
Yeah.
Let's see. And then Raz 124, the Terminator. Yeah. Cody's been running in the mornings. Makes a difference. Yeah. Alan says Scrapple is love some country pudding though. I don't know. What is country pudding? Have you had country pudding before?
I've heard of it, but I've never had it.
Me either.
So that's a good thing. So what was the worst food growing up that it was I say the worst food, but it was kind of like that. Was there a food that was almost like a meal that it was a I don't say a rock bottom type meal, but when Cody he knew shit changed when he had cream of wheat. Was there a meal and you were oh, we're on this? If you had tuna casserole or something, you're oh my god, we're down to tuna casserole around here.
Macaroni and cheese and hot dogs.
Macaroni, cheese, and hot dogs.
Which I still like, man. I can throw it together and I love it.
You knew things were tough at that point.
You knew things were tough when that came around, but I'm dude, I love it. So I had my filling.
I'm trying to think.
I know some of my friends, they talk about they had spaghetti, but with hot dog meat and not ground beef.
Potted meat.
Potted meat.
Or spam, sometimes spam. Not
I like spam, though. I like good spam.
Not Hawaii that celebrates spam, but people, when they hit it rough, it's in college, when it was rough, we would get macaroni. And you just had to make something out of macaroni. It was kind of you'd be some macaroni gourmet chefs, and there'd be barbecue macaroni or macaroni. If you had something you could throw in there, maybe it might have been tuna, maybe it would have been cut up bologna. You didn't know. You had a wrap.
It was all the same. It didn't matter.
You just be a macaroni guru.
Ring bologna. If you've seen ring bologna too, it was
fried bologna, I thought was a bad thing, but now you see restaurants serving fried bologna. I never had fried bologna, but I have friends that have fried bologna.
Thinking of fried bologna, you got to go to White Castle and get their bologna and egg sandwich. It's the best breakfast sandwich you'll ever have. Not even kidding.
A White Castle recommendation.
Good time. Wasn't even drunk. Imagine that.
Now, wait a minute, Todd. Did you go, I want to try that bologna and egg sandwich? That sounds pretty good.
No, actually, one of our sales reps was on the way into work one morning. He's like, I'm going to stop at White Castle and they got this fried bologna and egg sandwich. Do you guys want some? I was like, sure, you're bad. I'll take one. And I was like, some bitch was good. It might be the best breakfast sandwich ever.
I'm trying to think if there's anything that was. I had some friends that they would actually do just mayonnaise sandwiches, just
yeah. I used to eat those.
and it was some would do like sugar water. Like there was no Kool-Aid like that.
Just drop some food coloring in it. You got some Kool-Aid.
Oh my God, Todd! I was.
Like a glass of what? Like sugar water? Like there's nothing in it. It's like it's just sugar. Thank you.
No, we had some. It was stuff. It wasn't even Spam. It was called Treat. Have y'all ever heard of that? It was called Treat.
I never heard of Treat.
Yeah, it's like a. If you actually needed a knockoff of Spam, that's what it was. Macaroni and cheese and Treat. What? So like you're feeding your dog or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Hamburger Helper was one that I was not. I got burnt out on that. Like I wasn't a big fan of that and everything, but
yeah, we had that a lot too.
Yeah, I've had enough of that. Where I'm. Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll eat that sometimes here. Though I was like, yeah, let's get some Hamburger Helper. It's a good quick meal. Like actually like it. It's actually not bad. My daughter won't eat it, but
yeah, my wife still likes. But I was like, I'll make you Hamburger Helper. I'm not eating. I was like, I got
yeah.
Still,
I got boundaries. I can't cross.
I can't go back. I can't go back.
I can't go back.
I'm not gonna do it. I just can't.
Oh, and then it's like hot dogs. Like you want the all beef hot dogs, but then you're like when you're at the ones when it's the chicken and turkey just thrown together. You're like,
the scrapings off the floor.
Got beaks in here or something.
I don't remember the hot dogs being this crunchy before. What's going on? The toenails.
Cody has said Hamburger Helper. He said, Gilbert says Scrapple hot. Is just the way to go on leftover and unwanted pork bits.
Unwanted pork bits.
And then, this is Sammy said Tim Smith. I lost my space there. We go back up. They said Tim Smith Climax Moonshine. We're talking about the moonshine there. And moonshine, Tim Smith Moonshine. Tim Smith Climax Moonshine. He's also a fire chief. Oh, there you go. Alan said it's a mix of pork, spices, and rice into a sauce. Almost so good. And I don't know with Alan, are you talking about the? Oh, are you talking about the Crete? Wait a minute. What are you talking about, Alan? Was that the Scrapple? I think the Scrapple had the grain in it, I believe. I think the Geta here has the wheat, but yeah, it's almost into a sauce. So I think Alan was talking about the Scrapple there. Sammy Russell said potted meat sandwiches. LOL.
Put some mustard on that some bitch so it doesn't taste as bad.
And Cody's a modest kind of guy. He says, I'll still eat the Helper. Reminds me of where you came from. That's a good way to look at it.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? If I was that rich, I ain't going back to the street, son.
No, you can't make me. I'm not going to do it.
They say, you going to buy a house and move away? Yes. Yes, I am. Oh, Cody says sliced bread and hot dogs, LOL. See, I never had a problem with the sliced bread. Like, my wife is like, she doesn't like hot dogs if it's not on a bun. She wants
Shannon makes fun of me of that too. She's like, we always just ate it on bread. I'm like, you gotta have it on bun. She's like, we wasn't fancy like that when we were little. I'm like, what? It was like $1 for a pack of buns. What are you talking about?
My dad would actually go, we ain't going to the store to get buns. We got bread. It's good enough. I'm like, okay, Dad.
I do that now. I'm like, I'll get some hot dogs. She's like, we ain't got no buns. I'm like, well, we got bread. She's like, I ain't going back.
Too late.
Yeah, I like the buns now. I ain't going back to the bread.
It's like, like I did on sliced bread, and you just roll the bread up around the hot dog. But
that's right. Yeah.
My wife would be like, you need to get some buns. So
my ex would not eat a hot dog unless it was in a bun. Would not. And
Rod's like, no, you need to get some buns. I'm good with the bread.
Like, I don't know what you're going to eat tonight. Here's a question, because we've had the pineapple on pizza debate before. Ketchup on the hot dog.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, see, I put ketchup on a hot dog. I'm okay with it, but some people, like if you go to some restaurants, they won't even offer ketchup on a hot dog. It's just mustard and onion or relish or whatever. But yeah, I'm ketchup on a hot dog.
I'm a ketchup on a hot dog guy.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah. See what people say in the comments about ketchup on a hot dog. Does that work for you? Are you okay with ketchup on a hot dog, or are you more
Now,
long on a hot dog?
what about ketchup on mac and cheese?
What?
Ketchup on mac and cheese.
That people do it, man. People do it.
I think
No, wait. When you say people, you mean you, right?
No, I know. Some people do. Some people put ketchup on their mac and cheese.
Who's the other people that you're referring to?
if you got ketchup on your plate and it bumps into it, that's one thing. But
No,
Right.
they purposely
Actually squirt it on there?
Yes, purposely do. And I'm like, you're sick. You're just sick.
And the rest of your family doesn't count, Eric. It has to be other people.
Shut up.
No. So do you do that, or are you just saying
No.
other people do that?
Other people,
Okay.
my friends do. I'm like, man, that's just nasty.
you gotta stop.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. I've heard of like people putting ketchup on eggs or scrambled eggs or something, but
Yeah, you gotta
on
stop,
macaroni and cheese? Oh,
you gotta stop hanging out at Golden Corral, man.
you're going Sizzler. We're going
Alan,
Sizzler.
ketchup don't belong on eggs, brother. Ketchup does not belong on eggs. Now, hot sauce I can go with, but not ketchup.
I've heard the ketchup on eggs and stuff. So
No.
What about
Yeah,
ketchup? What about ketchup on steak?
no.
I've had it with steak. It's not my first choice, but
Ketchup should not be on a good steak, but let's say you're at a Ponderosa.
Well, maybe. Yeah,
we
maybe.
ain't got Ponderosas up here, brother. All Ponderosas left.
There are some exceptions to the rule. Sizzler, you might want one. Ketchup on a Sizzler steak. Alan said, anyone that hasn't tried it, get a Mama Hot sausage or one of those gas station hot sausages, and then add the juice into a small bag of Fritos.
I've done that. That is actually good.
Where does this happen? Like,
That is actually good. Yes, it is.
how did you come across that? Like by mistake? It just happened to mix into the bag? I mean, you don't plan that out. Like, you get some of that hot dog juice, I'm gonna put it in the bag of Fritos. I mean, does word get around on the street? Like, is there
Somebody had actually done it, and they said, try this. And I'm like, well, what's in it? They go, just try it. And I tried it. I'm like, man, that's pretty good. What'd you put in there? He goes, oh, just a juice from the hot dog. I'm like, okay.
I just picture somebody with a bag of Fritos while you're eating a hot dog just to catch the drippings, and it dripped in there, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, son of a bitch, this is good.
I feel like there should be a guy on the level, like, I got that Fritos with the hot dog water, son.
That'll be their next flavor, Frito hot dog water.
Wow, I never came up with that. I never thought about that. Like, because you don't. I mean, what do you do with the hot dog water? I don't know. But hey, I guess you add. But what about French fries and mayonnaise?
Yeah.
I know people that do. I can't.
Now I'll actually go a step further. Like, I even had it tonight. Mix a little sriracha with your mayonnaise and then dip it in with your fries.
I could actually see that a little bit more because you're bringing a sriracha into it, but straight mayonnaise, I don't know. It just feels weird. It don't feel right.
It's not right.
Oh, let me see here. Eric Gilbert says pan meal and eggs and Cretans on rye. I don't even know a pea meal and eggs. I don't even know what pea meal is. That's got to be a Canadian thing.
Not sure I do either.
And then Alan says sliced bread with mustard called a wish sandwich. See, I was going to bring up the wish sandwich as well. And they did it with mayonnaise where I grew up because it was like they wish they had meat. That or bread with ketchup and a piece of cheese on top for about 10 minutes in the oven for a poor pizza. I've never heard that one, but if you had a toaster oven and you do the bread, you put the cheese and the ketchup, I guess that could come together like that.
I might actually try that this weekend.
I might have the next or during the next cocktail party. Can I offer you a pizza?
A poor man's pizza?
But it tastes like burnt bread with ketchup and cheese on it.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yes. That's what it is.
I wonder if you put some fried bologna on it, how that would work out too.
Ooh, no, you can't go there, Rod. Now you're stepping it up. You can't do that. That's no longer a poor man's pizza.
Eric asked down if he had a mayo sandwich.
Yes. Miracle Whip sandwich.
And he said, Alan said, which sandwich, not as a poor person. so the difference was the mustard and the mayo, I believe. Drunken One said, good old red beans and rice.
Yes, red beans and rice. Yes.
Yeah. Can do that.
But collard greens fresh were always like a little thing. They were cheap to get the greens, but you could actually make those and you could spice them up and season them, and you get like bacon and stuff in them too. So you could do something with the collard greens and the red beans and rice as well. And then Cody says, Kogels, I love their smoked sausage for sauerkraut and potatoes. That's a cheap meal there too. Sauerkraut and potatoes with sausage in there, which is actually a good one. That's actually can be like a little comfort food dish too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll see like some red potatoes, cut them up and everything.
You're making me hungry. You guys are making me hungry.
But Alan said country pudding, which I still don't know what country pudding is. And I might have to look this up here. And then he said potted meat with mayo is good.
No.
I don't think potted meat with anything is good.
Sammy says 99-cent pack of Fairgrounds hot dogs with that sugar water will make the kids mad as
sugar water.
Sammy's coming up with the lines. I love it.
With that sugar water.
And then Eric says, I usually make sure there is turkey on my mayo sandwiches. Well, Eric, you may not have turkey, so it may just be straight mayo, son.
Yeah, this may be a mayo sandwich.
And Alan's laughing too. He's like, LMAO, madder than a midget with a yo-yo. That was a good line. Sammy's got the line.
Madder with a midget with a yo-yo. That was good. I've never heard that one before.
Eric Gilbert, Beaners and Boston Beans, but that's like Beanies Weenies. Beanies and Weenies. Yeah, that's
some good shit right there. That's good though.
But you knew it was rock bottom too when you were
yeah.
You were kind of like, oh, things are kind of rough right now. Because you don't have the bread. You don't have the bread or the buns. You like just throw them in the beans. But then you could if you were a kid, you would think you were like a cowboy, right?
What about the pork and beans just straight out of the can? Just put it in the refrigerator, open the can, and just eat out of the can
without cooking it.
Yeah, the pork and beans with it. Yeah, it's good.
I've never done it straight out of the can like that.
Eat it with some chips. Oh yeah.
You dip the chips into the beans?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I don't even know who you are right now, son. I've never done it that way. Not that it's saying it's a bad way. I've never had that adventure.
You're gonna try it soon. I got a feeling.
Cody says the gas will cost more than damn buns. So ketchup on a hot dog is a classic hot dog. You get fancy with it. You don't want the ketchup. So yeah, I mean, I got no problem. Some places are like, oh, we don't put ketchup on a hot dog. It's like, well, it's not about you. I go into my Joe Dirt. I may not like sparklers. It's about the consumer. Cody says. Cody says my grandpa says only commies eat ketchup on a dog. Like the Red Scare. I like ketchup on a dog. Are you American, son? He would be one of the commies.
I don't even know who you are.
Eric Gilbert, no ketchup, son. Hot sauce. What's that like hot sauce on a hot dog?
Yeah, I've never had hot sauce on a hot dog.
And
it would be good.
Like hot sauce, I like coleslaw on a hot dog. I like, you can do relish on a hot dog. We used to have a place on WVU that they had a hot dog place near where we were at. You could do a coleslaw, the mustard, the ketchup, the relish, jalapeno, all different types of toppings you can do, which was pretty solid. And then Cody says barbecue sauce with grilled cheese. I don't know if that's like having a grilled cheese, dipping it in barbecue sauce, or is it barbecue sauce on the grilled cheese, or barbecue sauce and grilled cheese are on the hot dog?
I guess it would depend on what type of barbecue sauce.
What do you mean with type barbecue sauce?
Like, is it the sweet, or is it the hot, or is it the?
Now you're gonna get picky about it.
Well, if you got grilled cheese, there's only one thing you do with grilled cheese. That's tomato soup, son.
I know. I don't disagree with you.
You dip it in tomato soup, and you put some cheese in a tomato soup.
There you go. Put some cheese in the tomato soup.
Yeah. And then Sammy says, I do ketchup on hot dogs with mustard, relish, and onion. That's a nice classic hot dog there. And see, growing up in Jersey, that'd be like a Nathan's hot dog right there. Nathan's, you get the ketchup, the mustard, the relish, the onion. And then Alan says, see, that's a classic hot dog. And then Alan said, only scrambled. I like sunny side up eggs, though. So only scrambled, I think, is where Eric, you said he put ketchup on eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alan said that's jail food there, Rod. I don't know which one.
We'll hear that in the morning. We'll hear that in the morning.
We named a lot of different things in there. And Cody says, I love Tabasco sauce, which I do enjoy Tabasco. Tabasco sauce is never really as hot for me like people think it's going to be.
Right? I love Cholula.
Cholula's a good one as well. Yeah, if you ever like Jungle Gyms, because Todd's been to Jungle Gyms before, and I went there the other last time I went because for Memorial Day she made spare ribs in a crock pot, so I had to get some barbecue sauce. But there's like a whole section that's just hot sauce and the barbecue sauces, and then it's amazing how many different hot sauces there are out there.
Yeah, I can imagine. I could imagine they have a whole shit ton there.
Yeah, there's a channel on YouTube called The Hot Ones, where they do different hot sauce stuff with celebrities. If you ever get a chance to check it out, some funny stuff. And they keep asking questions as they go up the meter on different hot sauces.
Yeah, they did Halle Berry on this last one.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty good one. I haven't watched it all yet. I just saw it was on there, but I haven't had really a chance to watch it yet.
And if you guys have any fireman subs near you, if you ever want to experiment with hot sauce, go to a fireman sub. They usually have like 20 different hot sauces that you can try to go up.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know that we have any around here. Might be one in Louisville, but
they make a good sub too. So, and then Eric Gilbert said ketchup or fish and chips? Question mark. That person needs to be shot in cold blood. Well, can't you have the ketchup? Well, fish and chips, the chips are fries here for when they do fish and chips. So ketchup there. And then usually the fish you will put into the tartar sauce.
Is he a vinegar kind of guy putting on fish and chips?
Malt vinegar, baby. Malt vinegar.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alan said not a hot dog. Hot sauce is like the prepackaged hot sauce. Oh, yeah. So like the hot sausage we have here, we have that. But we also have like the brats and the Mets. Like we have the jalapeno Mets and stuff, which are pretty good too. Throw those on with some sauerkraut and some mustard. Usually on those, I may not put ketchup as much. I'll put mustard, sauerkraut, maybe onions or something like that and everything. But and then Alan said, yes, French fries and mayo is acceptable. French fries and mustard is better though. See, French fries and mustard, never heard of French fries and the mustard going together.
No.
Yeah. Have you had that before, French fry and mustard?
I have not.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's something different.
I've had the French fries and mayo, but not mustard.
Gilbert said, what a crime. Thinking I'm talking about the fish and chips. And I agree with Alan on the French fries. Cody said to Eric, I'm sure you had your fair share of Kogels. It's a Michigan thing.
Mm-hmm. Kogel meats.
And what is that?
It's just a place that makes like ring bologna and some cheap meats.
And then Eric said, Alan, fries and honey mustard for show. They got different types of mustard we're going with. Why not fries and Golden's spicy brown mustard? Oh,
that'd be good too.
Yeah. I'm getting hungry again too. Eric Gilbert said, P meal, ? Sweet pickled pork back loin and rolled in white cornmeal. told me. So I'd never heard of pea meal before, but I do like some pork loin. So what do you guys? Maybe you deep fry that then, or fry. I would think if you're putting in cornmeal. Oh, look at Alan. Collard greens with some neck bones and fat back. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I've had that before. That's like poor man's meal too. Hey, Cody said Burger King onion rings and zesty sauce. My favorite. I had a couple orders of them to celebrate the birth of my son.
Awesome, dude.
I haven't had the Burger King onion rings in a while, but I've done it before with that zesty sauce, and it's a pretty good sauce too.
Yeah, that zesty sauce they have is actually pretty good.
Burger King comes up with some pretty good ideas on some of their stuff. So, Cody says, I made the Kogels, sauerkraut and potatoes every 2 weeks. So he's got a clock. He's like, I'm going to make the Kogels today. You know what today is? Today is Kogel Day, my friend. Today is Kogel Day.
It's on the schedule.
On the schedule. You know what day it is.
You know what day it is.
Wakes the wife up. Guess what day it is.
Ooh, can't wait.
All right, Alan told me country pudding is the pork with spices and rice made into a sausage, not the scrapple. Okay, cool. So that's what country pudding is. But that does not sound like pudding that I know. It sounds like another member of the meat group.
Bill Cosby's going, what?
That is not my
That's not the pudding.
That's not the pudding.
The pudding not supposed to go in the pudding like it's a drink. Not supposed to go stuff into the drink. Eric said, Cody, my dad likes ring bologna and a cinnamon bun. Together?
Yes, together.
What do you mean? Like
what?
Explain the situation.
So it'll cut. I think it's what he does is he cuts up a piece of ring bologna and then sticks it, kind of folds the cinnamon bun around it. He gets one of those big Texas-sized cinnamon buns, folds it over, and then just eats it.
Like the bun becomes the bread?
Yeah. The cinnamon bun is the bread.
Is he hanging out with Paul or something? Like,
I'm like, okay, Dad. I'm like, you like what you like.
Again, an idea that I would never came up with, but it's interesting.
He said it's pretty good. He said it's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, man. That's all I say is okay.
I'm not gonna lie. There's some part of my mind thinking right now, like I'm kind of curious. I go to Kroger tomorrow. I need a big cinnamon bun, enough to cover bologna. So I'm gonna stick it in there and make a sandwich out of it. Alan said pork and beans don't need to be cooked. It does for me.
Exactly. Yes. See, that's what I'm saying.
For me, I like it hot. I gotta cook.
Put them in the fridge. Open the can straight out of the can. Get you some Ruffled chips. Dip it in. It's like bean dip.
No, if I was on a trail like my character in Red Dead Redemption, I'd be okay. It's the middle of the night. I can make a fire. I'll eat it straight from the can. You know.
You're missing out, Rod. You're missing out.
You don't want to be in the same tent with me. I tell you that.
Woo-wee. You're sleeping by yourself.
A scene from Blazing Saddles. Cody says, my son loves to eat cold hot dogs. He always grabs one from the fridge and eats it like it's the best thing he's ever had. Also loves to eat American cheese, can offer to warm up the hot dog, and he refuses. Well, the one thing about those, they're cooked already, right? So you heat them up.
Yeah, I think they are cooked already.
Already cooked, so. Well, it sounds like you could probably put this cheddar cheese on a hot dog and give him a roll up, and he'll be good to go.
Yep.
And then Alan said his daughter did the same thing. Cody said, I love a good coney, or he said God coney, but I think he meant good coney or Chicago bun. Or Chicago bun. Cody said, 2 rules I learned from my grandpa: no ketchup and never apologize for anything. Alan said there's a place around here that does a blue cheese coleslaw that they put on their hot dog with an apple cider brown mustard, and holy Jesus, that is an amazing dog. And that sounds like an amazing dog there too. When I was at the airport in Dallas coming back, I ended up having a hot dog at one of the spots there, and they actually had some type of jalapeno type relish And it was like one of the hot dogs where it's like, split open and grilled type places. And that was really good too. Cody says, dip the grilled cheese in the barbecue. I love some South Carolina style barbecue sauce. And I'm just imagining how people will be saying these things. So, Sammy Russell, hamburger with peanut butter and sweet relish. Okay, peanut butter on the hamburger. I don't even know how you got to that point, but
did you say peanut butter and relish
and sweet relish
on a hamburger?
I mean, he's going to the Elvis type, banana and peanut butter type sandwiches right now. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying I would have never came up with that. But again, part of my mind is like, that sounds interesting. I like peanut butter, I like burgers, and I like sweet relish. Why can't all three get together? There's no.
But I'm like you. How do you get to that point? Sounds like a good drunk night to me. Like, why not? Let's try this.
Right? Yeah. Then,
but got any mayo? No. We got peanut butter. All right, I'll take that.
Well, you're either drunk or you're something else. So
right, yeah, right.
And then Alan said Fritos and hot sausage juice is the jail food. But that might carry a pretty good rate in the jailhouse. I'm not looking for those cigarettes. I'm looking for that Fritos and hot sauce. Oh, Alan said South Carolina style barbecue sauce with the mustard base is the best in his opinion. And Cody says every morning after work I have eggs with cheese, onion, and Tabasco. He does like his Tabasco. And only Eric Gilbert says only Rufus Teague barbecue sauce, if not homemade. And Cody says Tabasco is a classic. And he says just like Budweiser. Well, I guess you could say it's a classic lager, so I can't argue with that. Fireman Subs doesn't have any sauces hot enough. I don't know how hot they all go. I just only have like 20 different ones or so about there, but it all depends on how much you can handle. And then Cody says, I love Jimmy John's Kickin' Ranch. We have Firehouse Subs here in Saginaw. And Frank's Red Hot is my go-to everyday hot sauce. Frank's is all right. Frank's isn't hot enough for me, though. I just don't get enough kick out of Frank's. Let me see here. Where did I go to? Eric Gilbert said Crystal Louisiana hot sauce, baby. I do like the Louisiana. And they actually got a hotter version of the Louisiana hot sauce now that I actually started using as well. Cody likes Frank's Red Hot with tater tots. I can see that as well. Gilbert says malt vinegar all day, son. So we're talking about the fish and chips. And Cody says, I love spicy mustard on my sauerkraut sauce and potatoes with a nice Hefeweizen or German Pilsner. Look at you putting the pairing together. Nice. And then Alan said that's a nice combo as well. Eric Gilbert says just slightly flat top the pea meal or it's ruined. So Cody says my family thinks it's odd if the sausage and sauerkraut isn't in the crock pot every other Friday. So he's got that. So he's got it set up. They're expecting it now. So, and he said
on schedule.
Yeah, he said his grandpa likes Limburger cheese. Puke smells like a fart. Yeah, I remember as a kid watching the Three Stooges. Like Limburger was always like the worst cheese you could ever have when they would do stuff with the Three Stooges with it. So. But I remember my mom used to always love like liverwurst, which I thought was the worst lunch meat. And then Eric said Brunswiger. Ugh.
That's what I was going to say, Brunswiger.
Yeah. And Alan says cinnamon bun and bologna like a sweet and salty plays off each other. Almost sounds like taking a Lance cheese cracker with the Vienna sausage. Yeah. They could. It definitely the sweet and the salty playing together. You could probably have that with the Goza, and it'll probably work out nicely. Cody says, fried hot dogs. Alan says, fried hot dogs is an iteration I need to try in my life. You never had a fried hot dog, Alan. You need to get one, son. Let's see here. Cody says, fun conversation, guys, like having beers with good friends. Always fun. Glad, definitely agree, Cody. You guys make it all fun to be here and everything. So, and
Definitely.
And Cody says, really sets you guys apart, in my opinion. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. And, the whole thing is, again, to be interactive. And people ask about, the show or like why I maybe only have like Eric and Todd and like Joe using it. I mean, I want this to be kind of like a fun interactive type thing, but I also want it to be more like a podcast type styles way I run this one versus when I do the hangouts where everybody can kind of come on. So we kind of all know how to work with each other. We work together. That's the only reason why we kind of set it up this way. But love all the interaction from everybody being here. And you're going to see a lot more live stuff now as I start to build up now for the watch time and everything too. Cody says Sticky Fingers South Carolina barbecue sauce.
Ooh, that's good.
I haven't had fingers.
They actually have a barbecue place in South Carolina, Sticky Fingers.
Yeah. Well, it's good to know he's moved on since Onyx. So, I mean, you gotta do something after your music career is over, right?
That's right. That's right. Never even thought about that, but that's funny.
And then Alan says Sticky Fingers has some good sauce. If I wouldn't be killed, I'd share my father-in-law's recipe, but y'all never see me grace another live stream. Yeah, he's got to lock that. Like beans. Cody says I did the sporty suicide wing challenge like a boss, LMAO, but had some issues for a bit. Yeah, so Spice caught up with you after a certain point. No, I've done this. I've done the Blazing Wings challenge years ago, which really wasn't as much as you thought it was going to be, but you had to eat like 12 of the Blazing Wings within like 6 minutes, whatever. So the big thing is you just have to keep eating. You can't stop or the burn starts to get to you.
Was that the Buffalo Wild Wings challenge?
Buffalo Wild Wings challenge?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about doing the Atomic Wings challenge at Quaker State, but I haven't been over there to try that one. They make you sign off on a waiver there too. They do that. I think it's kind of a play in your head, like to make sure, kind of try to throw you off your game or whatever. But I'm telling you, last Oktoberfest, watching Joey Chestnut devour kielbasa, dude, you ain't seen nothing till you see like a food eating competition live, like the way these guys crush this food down. It's not even a fun way. Like he's doing
yeah, I was like, they're not even enjoying it.
He's like, he grabs the sausage, he throws the sausage, he grabs the buns, he dips the buns in the water. It's like, it's like, there's like no entertainment for me. I mean, it's entertainment to watch them, but I'd be like, it's not even like how you're supposed to eat and enjoy it. It's just like who can be the biggest garbage disposal,
And then they jump around like the food's actually settling down a little more as they're jumping. Does that actually work? Like, I don't even know.
I think that's part of their technique or whatever, I guess. But yeah, they were jumping around a little bit, but it was funny because it's kind of like some of the guys that were trying to hang with Joey just couldn't do it. And they were like backing out. He thought they were going to be all good there. Like, the big guys come in, thought they had to, and Joey just took them down. One by one, they would fall out. So it was
like, I don't even know how it's possible to be like a professional just gorger like he is and be as skinny as he is.
Well, they trained up. The guy from Japan's the same way.
Yeah, that dude he's tiny. He's even smaller than Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, and they showed like his pre-training before. Like he went into a restaurant and he ordered like 12 different dishes or whatever. And it basically stretches the elasticity in your stomach. So
right.
Some people, when they come in, they think they're going to competition. They just want to eat all day, thinking that'll give them the space. But he basically stretches his stomach out when he's in training. So when he goes, he's able to eat all the food he needs to eat or whatever. So what's his name? Is I want to say
Kobayashi or something like that. Kobayashi or something.
Yeah. And then there's another chick, the Black Widow. She's small too, but she does it. She's Asian as well.
Yeah.
The Black Widow.
Yeah. They're just devouring the food like crazy. And then Cody said, oh, bye. Here comes my cream ale, LMAO. And Alan said, I've done the Buffalo Wild Wings challenge. It wasn't bad. Just they served them fresh out of the fryer, and that's the worst than the heat. Yeah, I mean, they were right out, but, like I said, the sauce, if you let it sit on your lips for a bit, it can, I guess, do it. But I did mine. I think it was like in 3 minutes or something when I did the 12 wings.
So what do you get for finishing that? Anything?
Well, they say you put like a picture on the wall or whatever, and I was like, don't I get like a free shirt for doing it and everything like that? And they're like, well, usually you do it, but if you get it, we'll let you buy the shirt. We're like, why don't I buy the shirt? I did it, and they ended up giving me a free shirt. So
Do you at least get the meal for free or no?
Oh yeah, if you eat it, I can't remember if I paid for the wings when you do it. I can't remember. It was after softball, so you've been drinking a little bit anyway.
Right.
I can't remember. We may have paid for them as well, but yeah, I mean, they gave me the shirt and everything. That still got the shirt somewhere around here. But yeah, and then they put your picture on the wall at that restaurant and everything. It was like 3 of us that had done it. Me, another guy on the team, and then our manager was a female. She actually beat us both of getting it done. So, and then let me see here. And then Cody says, "Okay, guys, best beer and food pairing, go." He says, "LMAO." I mean, it depends on the food and everything. I mean, you can always pair food like with a pizza as well, or wings, or depending on what you're actually eating.
I like a beer and a burger.
Beer and a burger is another type thing. Depends on the type of burger. We determine the type of beer that might be best for it as well. Like, if you do something spicy, an IPA can intensify the heat of the food.
That's what I was going to say, like Mexican and a good IPA.
Yeah. Or if you're doing something like with a salty type feel, a nice goza will complement that as well. So it all depends there. And then,
but I think it was asking what our pairings would be. So what would your all's pairings be?
Well, it really depends on what I was eating, though. I mean,
well, yeah. I mean, that's what you just said. So kind of depends.
Yeah. I mean, I
like an IPA and a steak is what I like.
Well, there you go. IPA and a steak is pretty good as well. I mean, if you're having a nice, like, say a crisp like chicken type salad or whatever, you could do like a nice Kolsch with it as well. Or you could do like a Hefeweizen, and it'll be a nice light feel to it. It all just all depends, You want to match the style to style, so. And then Cody said he had to sign a waiver as well. He said the wing challenge had blood coming out of a spot it shouldn't come out of. LMAO.
Okay.
Never a good thing. Gilbert said Lagunitas IPA and Cricket Uncles. I don't know what Cricket Uncles are, though. And Alan said, I used to eat the ultra hot peppers, like the ghost pepper and the hotter, and after eating a pod, it was uncomfortable for a bit until you get used to it. Well, yeah, it's called building up a tolerance, Alan. But if you're doing a ghost pepper, good for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever done the scorpion pepper? Because I think the scorpion is supposed to be the hottest. And then
I did actually. My brother grew some scorpion peppers last year, and he dehydrated some of them and made them into like pepper flake.
Yeah.
So at Derby time, we had some people over, and I made some salsa. I make a pretty decent salsa. So I put a separate bowl, and I put some of the scorpion pepper, dehydrated pepper flake in there, and mixed it up. Woo! It's pretty good. It set you on fire, though.
Well, one suggestion I would make, because back when I cooked not as much as I'm doing now, that was before. If you're cooking with peppers, always wear gloves.
Yeah. You don't want to touch your pee after you're touching the pepper.
Where I'm going. Forget about something, and it's like, yeah, you don't want that feeling. So, especially if you're cooking like habaneros or anything above that or whatever, yeah, that's not. Yeah, I mean, just don't do it. Like Eric, when we do the PSA, just don't.
Just don't do
Don't do it. Do not do it.
And then Gilbert said jerk wings, baby. Cody said when you're a competitive eater, metabolism is probably higher, so you don't gain as easily, and I'm sure you work out a lot. Yeah, I mean, metabolism, but also the elasticity of the stomach because you've been kind of putting this stuff in there as well. It's supposed to take a big effect. Alan said I've had up to a crossbreed of a Butch T Scorpion and a Carolina Reaper. Yeah, that is the new world's hottest. You're right, and a big mistake. So you're going to back it down from here. Sammy says, I have not found a pairing with hefts. I like the bubblegum banana that throws me, but as a standalone, I love them. Your hefts, I mean, like I said, with the hefts, they're a little bit lighter. For me, I can actually pair them with things like your lighter type salad can actually do well, or lighter type food. Like if I'm having like ahi tuna or something along those lines, sometimes that'll work, or something along a lighter type dish, because you don't want it to be overpowered. You want them to complement. So it's just something you experiment with there. Alan said, before you eat hot pepper, drink some milk of magnesia, and afterwards use peanut butter to calm the heat. The fatty oil works quicker than any dairy. There's a tip there.
Interesting.
And then Cody says, always bad when your girlfriend asks if you touch peppers before coming to
bed. Or that could be a good thing. Maybe he just...
Always bad when your girlfriend asks if you touch peppers before coming to bed.
I don't even want to know the backstory to that. We'll just leave that alone.
Let's just say she probably got on fire. So
what the hell?
Yeah, you don't want to walk through the park if you've been touching peppers with your girlfriend.
But on the flip side, though, if she's asking, that means there's always an upside to that side of it. So
yeah, when Alan says, I know exactly what that's like.
I don't want to know about that either.
He says, I'm looking forward to smelling those Saz hops on their own, see what it's like. Yeah, the Saz hops are pretty good. In fact, I don't know if you saw the video on my channel here, Cody, but there's one of the videos, if you were to pull it up, is actually on the Saz hop that I actually done like last year or the year before last to talk about the hop. I need to do more of those hop videos for some of my friends that are home brewers that like to watch as well. So I need to get into those. Are like those hop minute type videos I was doing. But yeah, and then Cody's LMFAO laughing, I think, what Alan said. So yeah, you don't want to do that and everything. But I think we're going to probably get wrapped up here. But one last thing, the best craft beer job in the world. So as I was looking through things this week, Zach O'Hare, his job, he establishes and chooses the beer lineup for each of Cambria's 42 hotels. And Cambria is part of Choice Hotel International, but he's one of 2,500, which is just over 2,500 certified Cicerones right now. So if anybody's looking to get their Cicerone, that's just how many there are out there. But because he got his Cicerone, his opportunity with the hotel chain is he basically chooses beers for all the hotel chains. He travels all around to these places to fill their beer lineup with the crafts and locals from the area. And that's like his job. So he says they got the best job in the world. I can't really argue with them right now.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Where you going? Oh, I'm going to fly to LA and choose their beers for the week. So
it's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
Doing everything. So, but that's what I got for this week. I was going to do one more story, but I don't even want to waste time on it. But it was just a stupid story about the Vancouver, which I don't know if you guys saw on the Facebook page, which was just a dumb type thing that brewery had, or that beer store had done up there. But
I didn't see that.
Yeah, then I'm like, why waste time even on it? It was just a stupid idiot thing, and I think they're going to get penalized for it. So, but outside of that, thanks for everybody that actually joined in tonight. Make sure you check out everybody's channels and stuff. Like I said, a lot of the guys here in the chat, myself, of course, Eric, a Lions fan. Make sure you check out his channel if you haven't checked him out. Well, Eric, tell the people about what you do.
All right, guys. Every Wednesday and Saturday night, I pick a beer out of the fridge, and we'll do a review on that. Plus, I do Michigan sports. I do Michigan State football and basketball. Michigan State football and basketball. I also do Detroit Lions stuff and Detroit Tigers content on my channel. And maybe once in a while, I'll do a weekend ramble, which has been pretty much every once a month, which I got to get around to doing this month. So sometime in the next probably 2 weeks, I'll be doing a weekend ramble where I just sit in front of the camera and just kind of talk about what's kind of happened in the last month on me. So anyway, anything other than that, you can find me at Eric a Lions Fan right here on YouTube. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you get more videos.
There you go. So yeah, make sure you check out Eric and make sure you check out everybody here in the chat. And Cody has said, "Yeah, Rod, I didn't watch those hop videos." So yeah, I'll look for more of those. You can check out the ones that are on there now. I think they're in the miscellaneous playlist, but there are the hop videos out there. Big thanks to everybody. Alice at the Craft Beer Association of North Carolina now offers a class through college. Can't remember the town or college that is on brewing, fermenting, and working in a brewery. That's popping up more and more with some of the colleges here in Cincinnati. We also have a brewing class at one of the colleges as well. And there's opportunities that are being made. I know Cody said, I love to do something with beer for a living, but it seems to be pretty difficult. It's really getting the right certifications and connecting with people. I mean, if you depending on what you want to do, I know a good amount of guys that have now went into brewing that told me they pretty much left another industry to pursue beer because that's what they really wanted to do, and they've been able to find stuff on it. So there's ways you can slide into it, checking with breweries, seeing where maybe they need volunteers to help out or some type of part-time type gig. That's how some of the guys broke into the industry. So there are the opportunities out there. Sammy says, thanks, Rod, Todd, and Eric. Have a great night, everyone. So 4 a.m. comes too early. Cheers. Well, thanks for hanging in. I didn't get up that early, Sammy. So definitely appreciate you for coming in.
Mm-hmm.
It's been
Have a good night.
Sure. And then Cody says, thanks, guys. Alan has said, cheers, Drunken One. Drunken One says, thanks for having me, Rod. Cheers, all. Yes, Drunken One. Thank you, brother, for being here as well. And then, Eric, I'll go ahead and turn it over to you. And then before we shut it down.
All right, guys, if you had too much to drink, please get a designated driver. It's stupid to drive home drunk because if you do, you're going to get pulled over by the cops. They're going to make you do the stupid sobriety test. Then you get a free ride to jail. They're going to have court fees and impossible prison time. And then if you hit or kill somebody, you know you're going to be in the slammer for a while. And if you kill yourself, all you've done is hurt your family and friends. Put yourself 6 feet under. Just sleep off your buzz, get your car the next day. Get an Uber, a taxi, Lyft. Have someone at the bar get you a ride. Have the bartender call a taxi for you because guys, really, like I said before, in this day and age, it's stupid to drive home drunk because you can have thousands upon thousands of dollars in court costs and your impound fees and pretty much anything else that happens on here. So take the time, spend a couple of bucks, get yourself home safe, okay?
Yeah, because we want to see you back next week when we do it again, and after that, and after that, and after that. And then tomorrow I'll probably upload another video to the channel. I edited one out last night, and this is actually I'm trying to think which video I've got upcoming tomorrow. Let me take a look here. I think this was one actually Joe has sent back in the day. I'm not sure if he sent it to you guys as well, but it's the Forever Cordial. It was actually one from Thin Man Brewing on one of their collaborations. And then some more videos. But always feel free, if you guys watch the videos, appreciate the support again. Thank you all for helping me get over 1,000, which is a big thing here for YouTube now. If there's things you want to see, let me know. Put some comments in the comment section. When you reply to stuff, if you want to see, like Cody said, more maybe the hop type videos, just let me know. If you want to see more of the beer reviews, if you want to see more things about beer in general, beer terms you see out there, some of the breakdown on different things, always feel free to do that. Always remember to hit that like button as well to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. So everybody here is pretty much subscribed, but also feel free to share out stuff. If you know other people that like beer that might have a fun time hanging out with us, let them know as well. Share along those lines, hit that notification bell when you're uploading and everything. Like I said earlier, probably going forward, at least for a while, I'm going to try to get a video out a day. Usually have them come out, if not in a day, around 2 or 3, or probably be at nighttime, depending on when I can get them edited from work. So keep an eye out for that stuff. And then that all being said, appreciate all of you and look forward to catching you next time. Keep drinking those good craft beers. Remember, there's always time. Get your beer on. Cheers, everybody.